Hey, 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 happy Wednesday, happy hump day, whatever you guys call it. Happy day to you. Good to see you guys. Good to be here. I've missed you guys greatly. For those of you that are here, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate that so very much, guys. Today, I know I said we wouldn't be talking about Idaho, but this needs to be talked about. And we're going to be talking about logic and common sense, folks. Partially something that I have allowed to not be present when we talk about it in some senses. So join me, if you will. Mama Bear said she'd be joining me today. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see you all. Let's do this and get this show on the road. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you all. Good to be here with you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Great to see you guys. It's been a few days. I'm still getting over some kind of sickness. I don't know what it is. My child had it as well. It's some kind of a weird bug. So I missed you guys. Yesterday was Halloween. I hope you all had a great Halloween. I'm sorry. It's just been a bad month, folks. All the way around for all sorts of things. So it is what it is. I'm here now. And my apologies to all of you for not being here. I had a lot going on, as we all know. Um, I'll take some of that 12. Uh, and I think the last time I saw you guys was Sunday night when we did the show um, with Detective John, I think it was. And I appreciate the support from all of you for that. Monday, I had some technical issues that went on throughout most of the day because of storming here. Finally, it cleared up, but it was late. We were talking. I was talking with some of the moderators um, about possibly just live streaming Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We'll see how this works, and still possibly doing some nighttime streams as well. So hopefully these things work out. Thank you, Jaylet. Um, it's getting there finally. It's starting to come in. So either way, I'm still here. I'm trying to still be here for anybody that wants me to be. Um, there's been a lot of chaos surrounding myself and my channel, as we all know. Some of it's brought on by my own actions, I guess you could say, which I'm working on changing and fixing per se. Of course, there's been issues with the Discord as well. Working on all that always. So, it is what it is. I'm doing the best I can do to make things be the way they should be. Thank you, Mrs. Kelly. For those of you that watched the Sunday night stream where I, was talking with Detective John, that um were possibly offended by anything there, I apologize. That's all I can say. Sorry. People thought that it was something I needed to do, quite a few. So I agreed, maybe, it is a good idea, and I did it. Um, However it turned out is however it turned out. Whatever anybody needs to think on it is what they need to think on it. It is what it is. Um, I don't come out here, never have come out here to purposely cause any kind of harm to anybody in any way, shape, or form, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, of course, or any of that. And I've never really tried to bring out mis or disinformation. That's a fact, not on purpose. That's a true fact. But it's happened. It has happened. I have allowed for things to come out on my channel that are misinformation, disinformation, twisted information, things that I've had to learn later that were just hearsay, rumors that I'm not happy with that. And so, me on myself, and that's what today's show is going to be all about. We're going to talk about here in a minute. But first, I would like to see who's here, who decided to show up and come and grace me with their awesome presence today. And I'm going to do that right about now. Mom and Bear is going to be just a little bit late, so she'll be here soon, guys. No worries. You won't have to deal with just my ugly mug for too long. Um, so it looks to this afternoon like we got SRB in the house. Thank you for being here, Deborah Thompson. Welcome back, my dear Lisa G. Great to see you. Annie Ruler, you as well. Number 12. Thank you for joining us tonight. Or today, I'm sorry. M. Cause, welcome back. Great to see you. William Tardy, my brother. Good to have you here. Kells, always a pleasure to see you, dear. J-Lit, welcome back. Good to have you. Annie Ruler, always happy to have you. Rock Chalk's in the house. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Love True Crime. Welcome back. Great to see you. Good to have you here. It's Mrs. Kelly. I think I said that already. Or was that Kells? Okay, Mrs. Kelly. Either way, it's great to see you, Mrs. Kelly. Thank you for joining us. Lucia Olson, thank you for joining us today. Gaya Deguchi, welcome back. Good to see you. I did respond to your comment. I don't know if you saw that or not. Or email, either one. Lisa and Cannoli, welcome back. Always a pleasure to have you here. Always a pleasure for all of you. Peaceful Warrior, great to see you. Great to have you here. Miss Brandy, my dear, always happy to have you. Bonnie M, thank you for joining us. Good to see you. Mojo Rising, always happy to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Sooner Girl, same to you. Layla Steven, same to you. It's great to see you all. Let me see. Natural Healing's in the house. Welcome back. Good to see you, Miley. Same to you. War Eagle, a roll tide roll. I love having you here. Thank you for joining us today. Let me see. Jackie Bushable, welcome back. Good to see you. That sounds great. 12. Ray Baldick, thank you for joining us. Great to see you. Great to have you here. Valerie Hope, same to you. Jazz King, welcome back. Great to see you. Doc Terry, always a pleasure having you here, dear. Thank you for joining us today, Doc. Let me see. One Made Nut, what's going on? Eddie, great to see you, brother. Good to have you here. Good golly, Miss Molly's in the house. Thank you for joining us, Molly. Glad to have you here. And that goes for all of you amazing moderators. Thank you for joining us today. Gloria S., thank you for being here. M. Cause in the house. Thank you for being here. Randall and Lori Gray, thank you for joining us. Let me see him. Doodlebug is in the house. Thank you for joining us, Doodle. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Goodness. Nat Cat, welcome back. Great to see you. Good to have you here. Sarah D. Irish, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm almost there, folks. I think almost. Looks like we got 157 beautiful people in here. We got 67 likes. You know what I'm going to say. So I appreciate it if you can. Thank you so much, guys. Please let's make it match. That way we can get in the algorithm where we're supposed to be and make this thing happen the right way. Welcome, everybody. It looks like somebody's already dropped. Bonnie M, thank you so very much. We're going to talk about that, Bonnie, but thank you for that. You don't have to, and I greatly appreciate that more than you know. First super chat of the day, that $5 super chat means a lot. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate you. Gina, welcome back. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Gina has been a member for 4 months. That's awesome. Congrats, Gina, and thank you for being here. Golf Inspector General, great to see you. Thank you for joining us today, darling. Same with Mary P in the house. Good to see you, Mary P. Thank you for being here today. Let me see here. Mary Picky J. I love it. Love it, Rock Talk. Thank you for joining us, dear. Cassie Hackett. That's awesome. Member for 2 whole months, Cassie. We love it. We appreciate you. Thank you for being part of this family. Lady Speedwell, welcome. Good to see you. True Crime Questions with me. Welcome to you. Good to have you. Good to have you in the house. Red Riding Hood here, running from that big bad wolf. Always great to have you here, Red. Thank you for joining us tonight. Why do I keep saying tonight? Today. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Lord, Lord, Lord. Bonnie, I think that's everybody. If I missed your name, it really wasn't on purpose, but it is so great to have you here, and thank you. And thank you again, Cassie, for being part of the family. We appreciate that. For 2 months, you are appreciated more than you know. Miss Gina with the super chat, too. Thank you, Miss Gina. I appreciate that very much. More than you know. Lisa Hedrick's in the house. Welcome, Lisa. Good to see you. Good to have you here, too. Thank you for joining us. I'm looking for some llama. Your trip, Rock Chalk. I love it. I love it. And again, great to see you, Golf Inspector. Thank you for joining us today, dear. Rach, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Miss Zelda's in the house as well. Again, another amazing mod. Miss SRB, Miss Zelda, Miss Molly. There's quite a few amazing moderators that I have in this community here, and I appreciate you all. Miss Brandy, all of you guys. Miss Charlotte Grosses is in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, I know, guys. I keep giving you these. I'm here for a while, then I'm gone for days. There's just so much stuff going on over and over and over. Every time I think everything's okay, I get more, and then I'm been trying to get over being sick. Crazy this year. I've never been this sick this many times in like a short period of time ever, folks. Makes no sense. Misha girl, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Great to have you here. Coyote, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Yeah, I'm still not feeling well, Mary. I know part of it is that, there's been a lot of stress lately that's been wearing me down, and that's I think why I'm staying sick. You know what I mean? Regardless of what I do, it just one thing I roll through it and I run into another one. I got grandkids too, and that doesn't help. They carry a lot of germs with them. Miss Polly Pepper, Pamela's in the house. Good to see you. Looks like Pamela re-upped her membership. That's great, Pamela. Great to still have you here. We appreciate you so very much. Thank you for that. Woman Power 101. Same to you. It's great to see you here. MK, welcome. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I know I need to get back on Vitamins Mojo. I used to take a plethora of stuff, and it everything has gotten expensive, you guys. Everything. Okay. Things go up, unbeknownst to what uh, you know, defunct of Dong over there likes to say, I don't make as much money as you folks think I do. And that stuff is expensive, especially those. So eventually I'll get back on that kind of stuff. And that will probably, because all last year I took a total of like 3 different types of vitamins and something else for like respiratory stuff, elderberry stuff, and all sorts of vitamin C's and all that crap. And it just became extra, extra money that we couldn't spare. So I kind of had to go with that for a while. And that's why I think I was a little healthier last year than I've been this year. So I'm working on that kind of stuff. Um, the $1.25 tree. Do you trust those, Jaylet? They may not. See, I've always thought that like getting medications and stuff from like the Dollar Tree that they'd be like weaker. Maybe I'm dumb. I don't know. Cryptic Conversion's great to see you. Thank you. It's okay. Mama Four, welcome. Good to have you here. Thank you very much, Mama Four. I appreciate that. It's wonderful. I love seeing the UK in the house. Always. Samira Dalby. Thank you for joining us today. That's what I thought, SRB, is that a vitamin you would want, you pay for what you get, in my opinion. So I always thought if I'm paying for something that normally costs me $14 and it's $1.25, something might not be as good there. That's what my thought has been. Wrong, but that's what I thought. KC Stevens, good afternoon. Good to see you. John Boycat, welcome back. Good to see you. Coral Beauty, you as well. Um, do, 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 do. I think that's everybody else new that jumped in, but that's the deal. But I was taking like an elderberry thing. So Re60 Life, well, welcome from over the pond. It's evening over there. Um, I know that like Dollar General, they do carry an okay brand, and that's what I took for a long time. But they're still kind of expensive for dollar store stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. That's in stitches. Good to see you. That's what I'm saying. Everything jumped up. I was paying $9 for one that went to like $22. It almost more than doubled, you know. Um, every medication that I've seen has jumped up pretty high too. Just over the counter stuff too. Um, Deborah T, thank you for joining us. Oh, Deborah Thompson. Okay. Missy Moo, good morning to you. So like I said, I try to get the better, but I was taking like an elderberry extract, a vitamin C supplement, I think zinc, magnesium, just a plethora of stuff, guys. Because I got paranoid when the whole COVID thing happened, you know. And of course, I got the shot. Um, don't everybody throw tomatoes at me at once. Uh, but Bonnie M gifted a membership to John Boy. Hey, that's awesome, Bonnie. Thank you for that, my dear. I appreciate you very, very much. Congrats, John Boy. Welcome to the sauce with the rest of us. Another meatball in the house, guys. Bombshell, welcome. Good to see you. Jennifer Wise Song, thank you for joining us. And I absolutely appreciate that. Thank you very much. Got me stumped. Pure blood for life. Thank you for joining us, Stumped. Appreciate you. Again, with you and Stitches as well. Thank you for joining us. Vitamin D is another one I was taking. Yes. Just a whole handful of stuff on top of my regular medications. And I just haven't been taking them. So that's probably what's going on with me. Pagan Ways, thank you for joining us today. Yeah, that's a good point. Shelly Steer gifted a membership to, looks like, Laura Laurent. Thank you, Shelly, for that. You are appreciated. I appreciate that very much. And again, Laura Laurent, welcome back to the sauce. It's great to have you here again. CZ in the house. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I understand I'm a teacher and constantly worry about money. I'm around masses of kids. So I take a multivitamin from Trader Joe's, less than $10 a month, and emergence from Target. Oh, okay. Good to hear. Thank you, CZ. That's what it is. If my son goes to high school, okay, and then I got grandkids that are in school. So they're always around me, and there's just stuff going through my house repeatedly. So Doozy, welcome. Good to see you again. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, he's right, guys. That's real. We're gonna talk a little bit about Harsh today too. Not about him. I love Harsh. But a video he put out not too long ago. It's gonna go right along with what we're talking about today. So there we go. There you go. Laura Lawrence saying thank you to Shelly Steer. That's awesome. And again, Shelly, thank you. Laura, great to have you in the sauce with us. You are appreciated. Yeah, Page. Thank you, sir. It's good to see you. Good to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. Um, where are we at? Right. Up there she is. Are you jumping in here, a mama bear? Absolutely, pagan ways. Great to have you here. I missed out on one of those shots. I got all but one of them. That's the booster one, which I probably should get, I guess. I don't know. And I didn't get my flu shot this year either. Could be another thing. If you will, though, guys, on your way in the door, please hit the like button. Leave a little DNA there. If you can't, I appreciate that. If you can, it will definitely help things out here. It'll get us out into that algorithm and do the things we got to do. 215 awesome people in here. Thank you for joining us today. We got 93 likes. We're almost there. CR gifted her. Once again, always gifting stuff in here, CR. We love you. CZ was gifted a membership. That's a very awesome. Thank you, CR. Great to have you here. CZ, it's great to have you in the sauce. Thank you for being a meatball. We do appreciate that very much. Gary Epley, thank you for joining us, brother. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Amanda Smith, it's great to see you. I know. Um, I I've heard about that too, Amanda. That's pretty sad. It's scary too. That's very scary. Misty Jane, good to see you, dear. Good to have you here. Fallon, always a pleasure to see you. Thank you for joining us. Today you are appreciated. And oh, let me move that. Sorry. Come on in, everybody. Find a seat. Evie Marie, good to see you. I missed you as well. Thank you for joining us today. I guess I'm waiting to see excuse me. Becky Schreider, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Great to have you here. Lucille, good to see you. It's definitely not hot today, guys. I woke up this morning to snow. I was surprised. There she is. Okay. I was getting ready to click that. Can you hear me?
Hi.
There you are. Were you coming up or did you do that just because I said that?
No, I was coming up. You just
Oh,
waited too long, and I had to go get my son from school. So
I didn't. Well, yes, I know it took too long. I'm sorry I'm late, guys. I had things going on, and then things happened as I was supposed to be having things going on. And even after I had that second phone call with you and I told you that I was saving,
mm-hmm.
more things happened. It's just never ending. I promise you, never ever ending. I got another call from the school. I don't feel good. Okay, well, you got an hour left. You'll be okay. It's so fake, so fake.
Hi, everybody.
Teenagers are a blast, you guys. That's all I can say. They're a
They're,
blast.
they're a trip, that's for sure.
If you don't have any yet, just wait. It gets so much better.
Mm, yeah.
So again, thank you all for joining me. 171 people in here, 115 likes. We're out there. That's awesome. I do appreciate you all so very much. More than you know. Thank you for joining us today. As I say, hold on a minute here. My phone is making weird noises. Why is it doing that? No idea. Okie dokie do. Okie dokie do. Tim, aka PQ Logic.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. No comment. Well, Def H2. It's not gonna be. It's not. It's not. Don't worry. There's more. There's always more. When it comes to me, there's more. People don't want me around, sadly. But again, for those of you jumping in today, Most of what the main discussion is today is, of course, it's Idaho 4 and other cases. We're going to talk about this is something me and Mama Bear talked about this morning, and Molly actually, that we really need to talk about in a bad way. We're going to talk about logic and common sense and just things like that that need to be attached to this case in a bad way. Um, and some of the things that go along with that, and just some other little things. And myself, we're going to talk about a little bit, and other things like that as well. It's okay. Oh, that's who that is. Okay, I didn't
Mhm.
realize. I understand and I appreciate
Yeah,
that. It's okay. I
we
see that
know.
you, after what I saw the other day, I definitely came to that conclusion, sir. And
Yep.
congrats to you for that part of it. But I appreciate that very much. So, Lisa Vallejo, good to see you. And like I said, it's being chatted about a little bit here and there. Um, Sunday night, I did a stream. I invited Detective John to come over here, as I had before in an email that he said he didn't receive. So be it. We had a discussion of sorts.
Of sorts.
In it, it's what it was. That's how it ended. Um, obviously it wasn't enough for him, so there's still more coming, I'm sure.
Mhm.
Obviously, and it is what it is. Um, there was a Mizzy D81. Good to see you. Groot, thank you for being here. Nasdaq, good to see you, dear. And Murgy Piglet, oink oink. I love that name. Good to have you here. Groot, Miss Kim Marin. I haven't seen you in a while, dear. It's good to see you. We missed you. It is what it is. I need a T-shirt that says that because I say that all the time, don't I?
Yes, you do.
I thought I did. Eddie, I even got Eddie saying it now. I hope that wasn't my influence. I really hope that wasn't my influence. If it
Probably
is, Eddie,
is.
if it was Eddie, I'm so sorry, bro. I really, I did not mean to rub off on you that way, buddy. um, and that's what we need to make this be, Mary. Well, not that comment. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong comment. But that was a good comment too, Cryptic. Yes, we're gonna try to make that happen. So real quick, just to touch on another subject. Um, well, touch on that subject, the DJ thing.
Hi
Um,
again, Kim.
yes, Kim, good to see. Wait, Kim Marin?
Yeah, I talked to her earlier in a voice chat.
Oh, oh, really?
Yeah,
Is
you
she
were
still in
busy.
there?
Yeah, you were busy shaving and doing whatever you were doing.
I've never taken that long to shave in my life.
Oh,
I start shaving and the phone rings. I start shaving, the phone rings again.
mm.
Another thing starts ringing. Then somebody's at my door. Then the dog's going insane. And you guys don't have a clue
W We
what
thought
I've
maybe
been.
it was the bushy eyebrows that took so long.
No, 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 no. I've never had that problem. Never had that problem. But I was initially all clad in black and I had to change up my clothes. So, bad jokes, folks. Bad jokes.
Sorry.
Get that right. Yours are funny. Mine aren't. So, like I said, for those that were here Sunday, those that weren't, either way, we did what we did. We talked about what we talked about, and he's still not happy with it. So whatever. Um,
Yep.
and that is what it is. It's whatever. I don't care. There was a little. I wanted to explain something out like live here that I don't think I did explain yet, but he pulled up a picture of me in one of his shows. I guess it looks like a. Uh, why can't I ever think of what this is called?
Mugshot.
Thank you. I've been struggling with those two words, mugshot, for like a week now. But anyway, he pulled that up, showed it, whatever, on his show, and then when we did the other night, he showed it again.
Mhm.
That's not what that is. It said it was for tax evasion, and I was arrested here and did this and did that. I had problems with taxes with my ex creature. I did. That's a fact. I let her claim the kids and do all that stuff when we got divorced. She never paid the city taxes out of it. I had to pay for it. Blah blah blah. Never arrested for it in my life, folks, ever. So somebody took that from a driver's license picture. If you look at the background on it, you can tell. Um, and that's what that was made up from. Okay, but it is what it is. I was arrested. I think I said this already, but in 96 or 97, for catching my ex creature with somebody else coming home from work one night, and made some verbal threats towards that person. And I made a comment to her that night and said, "That's fine. You'll eventually get what you deserve." That was what my conversation was. I was arrested the next day at work, actually during lunch at McDonald's, by a county sheriff's deputy.
Oh, jeez.
Went to court. And because of the O.J. Simpson scenario, they changed the laws on domestic issues. I was charged with aggravated menacing, domestic violence, I think it was, and something else. And it was all dropped down to one thing. It was all, um, um, what is that? When it's not felony, it's the other.
Misdemeanor.
Thank you. I can't think to save my life. It was all a misdemeanor thing. Like I said, I got like 3 months community service or 3 months probation or something like that. It was so long ago, guys, I can't remember. But anyway, it's all been dealt with. It's all done. It's over. I was back together with that creature a week after all of that happened for like another year before we got divorced. So welcome, Carolyn. Good to see you. But anyway, that's what it was. There was no physical violence. Never has been. Never would be, because I'm highly against that. Jazz King, good to see you. If I didn't say that, Lindsay O'Reilly, great to have you here too. That's what that was. That's what that was about. And that's the only thing I've ever been arrested for. No, I'm lying to you. Sorry. I was arrested one other time because I was driving under a suspended license that I didn't know was suspended because my insurance had lapsed without me knowing, and I had to carry I think it's called an SR22.
Something like that. Yeah.
Years ago, I got popped with that lottery that they do where they'll pull your name, and if you don't prove that you have insurance, they take your license from you.
Mm.
That's how all that beta. But it was all traffic crap, and I was let go that same day, actually within a couple hours once I cleared all that up, and that was the other time. So just stupid things, guys. Completely stupid things. So
Yeah. That's
there it is. That's all that.
and that's all he's gonna come up with is either stupid things or he's gonna make up stupid things.
And
So
that's whatever it is.
yeah,
What it
what it
is.
is.
Anything else, folks? And my mother has been in here, will tell you the same thing. I even talked to her about it the other day, and she's like, "There is nothing else, Joe." I said, "I know, but it's whatever." So whatever. Do what you got to do out there and over there, whatever you want to do to try to make people look bad, try to make people look horrible. Do your thing. Do your thing. And excuse me for saying this, but because I don't give a fuck. That's all there is to it, folks. I just don't. I don't give a fuck. I love everybody in here. I appreciate everybody in here, but I just don't. I don't care what those people think of me.
Exactly.
So, um, okay, Brandy. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens, It definitely happens. Well, of course, moms always know, because who do we run to when we're in trouble? Mom. That's what you do. Especially when you're younger and you do dumb things and you're not really sure what's going on. So either way, um, people can, and this is the way I look at it too, guys. People can believe what they want about me. If you want to know the truth, ask me. I'll tell you. I have no bones with doing that. If you have had heard a rumor of some sort, or you've seen something, or yeah, you're just curious, just ask. I've always been open about everything. That's all there is. Except, of course, the fact that I own property in Hawaii. Forgot about that. Didn't tell everybody about that. So sorry, folks. And that is pure sarcasm for those of you that don't. Sarcasm for those of you that don't get it, because I don't. I wish I did. KCY, thank you for giving me, or for not. I don't know what I just said. Thank you for giving me. Yeah, because I was reading what KCY said. And thank you for being here, but I appreciate that too. Okay, now moving forward. Well, I'm always, and I appreciate that, Mama 4UK. Thank you for being here again. First of all, I'm always going to do that, though. That's just the person I am. I'm always going to try, or at least attempt to tell everyone the truth about things that are said, if they're said. That's all there is to it. That's just my personality, and I feel that I owe that to you guys. If anything, that's all. Good to see you, Indigo, and throw glitter on it. Thank you for being here too. Oh my God, are you serious? How did that get out? I don't even know what to do. I don't think I can go on now. They found out that I ate 4 marshmallows at a time. What am I gonna do now? It's true. Actually, I don't even like marshmallows, throw glitter, so I'm sorry. Mountain Mama, good to see you. Yeah, I don't really care for marshmallows. Never have. With other things, possibly, but deception dismantled. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And that's why we're talking about it. Bombshell. Good to have you here. Oh, yeah, I saw that this morning, actually. Bombshell. The channel name Mary. I've seen it. Poppendoffer sucks. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Uh, Strutter614. Thanks for being here. I can't eat marshmallows. The texture bothers me. Jennifer Thompson, it's been a while. Good to see you. Oh, many a problems. Nevada Cops, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Beth D, welcome back, dear. Good to see you, Violet. Thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. I missed you guys very much so. So, getting moving with what the show is supposed to be about. It wasn't supposed to be about let's talk about Dago today, but I wanted to put some of that stuff out there for you guys. And before I get started, truthfully, does anybody have any questions to me personally about anything that was said during that show or anything that was said on his side of things before that show or anything else that's in regards to me? I don't mind answering, guys. I don't at all. Paco Jewel 27, thank you for joining us. Good to see you, Michael Wimmer. Good to see you as well. 12, Deborah Adams, thank you for being here. I miss you all when I'm not here too. That's a fact. I really do. Crystal, good to see you.
Oh, goodness, Kim. Not again.
What happened now? Wildfire, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Boxers or briefs? Oh my God, I love you guys. So I wear boxer briefs. There we go. How about that one? I wear them both.
Okay,
Boxer
you started to scare me there. You're like, I don't. And I was like, oh, no.
That's awesome. I love it. Boxer briefs, guys. If anybody needs to know, there it is. There it is. When I was younger, I wore boxers. As we all know, when you get older, things change. So I wear the boxer briefs now. Okay. No other questions go along with that one that I'm going to answer, just so you know. Mountains or beaches? Beaches. Beaches. I love water. I absolutely love water. Marina girl, good to see you. Carrie Skincare Carrie, good to see you. Good to have you here. Good to have you. Vix, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, yes, yes. I love beaches. God, I need one right about now too, with some sunshine. Just not too hot. That's all.
Who's being a
Hey,
beach?
yeah, Degucci. Thank you for joining us. And my Rolls Royce. Oh, Jesus, they found out about that too. God, can't keep nothing a secret around here, can you?
No.
It's a 79. God, do I wish. God, if I could afford a Rolls Royce, you guys have no, really? We'd be doing this from the road in an RV if I could afford a Rolls Royce. That's a fact.
Right.
That is a fact,
Or an
folks.
island in Hawaii.
Yeah, right. Right. That would be,
And since you're laundering the money through my account or
I
my
know.
channel or something, I didn't quite understand that.
It,
I
it's
better be
through,
getting like,
it's
you
through
know,
your account. We're supposed to. I see you, cows. I said hi to you, didn't I? Or did you ask more questions that I didn't see? Hold on. I got like 300 peeps in here, so I'm trying to keep up. Give me a second. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please don't be angry. Enough people are angry at me.
Huh. Lisa Hedrick, yes, he got like an inch and a half of snow overnight.
Yes, that
Funny.
did happen. I was trying to avoid that comment because I don't want to talk about it. I'm quite angry
Ha
that
ha.
it snowed already.
Ha
And we
ha.
going to as soon as I can get us over to Hawaii, we'll all be there. I promise. Promise that. Okay, good. I see you, Kels. I love the little pumpkins too. That's pretty cool. Um, Jeff, I don't have hard feelings towards people. I don't, and I don't hold grudges. Other people do, but I don't. As long as people listen, listen, guys. This is the most important fact that you need to know about me. I'm about as real as they come, folks. Okay, I don't have
He's
anything. Everybody knows. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say
Oh,
something.
I was just gonna say you're way north, and that's probably why you got snow and they didn't.
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, but I don't hold grudges. There's no point in it. Life is too short. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We don't know if tomorrow's going to come. Okay, so I live for today, folks. I live in today. And pray to God that tomorrow's better. That's all I can do every single day. And I appreciate being able to wake up every day to come in here when I can and to be with you guys and spend my days that way. And the rest of the day goes towards the family. And that's what I do. That's what my life is about. That's all there is. I don't plan too far ahead because I don't know. We don't know, you know? So that's what it's all about to me. So I don't hold grudges. Now, if people repeatedly come at me day after day after day after day after day after day, eventually I'm going to form some sort of an attitude towards that person. And I think that's just human nature. But that's really all it is. Now, as long as everybody in here respects each other, okay, because that's all I've ever asked for. I've even said, which I've been slammed, pretty much virtually slapped in the face for by certain people who I'm not going to name, like Mama Bear, that don't like me saying this, but I've even said, you don't have to respect me as long as you respect each other. Molly, has gotten upset with me for that too. But anyway, that's how I feel, guys. As long as you're respecting each other and you're not treating each other like shit and talking down to each other, that's all I ask for. That's it. Don't talk shit about each other. Don't talk down to each other. Don't degrade each other. That I don't like seeing that. That's my biggest thing. That's all I care about in here. Be respectful of each other. I mean, and of course, Mama Bear and any of the moderators and anybody like Molly that would lie and say something like she would never because she would and does. But anyway, I love you. So, what would it take to get unblocked on my usual Jeff H account? Sucks to have to use multiple accounts to do so. What I love, I consider it. I'll think about it and I'll talk to everybody else about it that's important in here. Well, everybody's important in here, but the moderators, I should say, and get their thoughts on it, and then I'll get back to you, sir. Okay? That's the best I can do at this moment. I don't want any of this, guys. There's enough of this. You guys understand what I go through daily now? And it's
I
not your
do.
fault. Yeah, she does. Molly does. It's not your fault. It's not. Nobody in here, it's nobody's fault in here. Okay. At least from what I can tell. It's mine because I've allowed for it to happen. It's mine because I've done and allowed for things in here to happen that have caused these things. What's up, LR? Good to see you.
Haha, he
This is
survived.
where it comes from, folks. This is completely froze solid. That's not cool. Hold on a minute.
Hey, Rowena. Hello, Silence No More. Okay, SRB.
Okay, okay, okay. Here we are.
Cryptic,
Silence.
he is who
One.
he is. He's gonna do it regardless, so.
I'm sorry.
Cryptic said, "Stop, Dago. You're just fine, silly." I said, "He's not going to, because he is who he is."
I can tell myself to stop, and it's not going to stop. I just my mind is my mind. It's how I feel and think. That's all it is. So either tell me to shut up or
That
listen to
doesn't
it.
work.
One of the two. Uh, I just see somebody else. Sorry, I'm trying to catch this. God, it's cold back here. I'm about to buy one of them under the desk space heaters. I did see your comment, Doc. I think I responded to you. If I didn't, I did see it though. And I thank you very much so. I appreciate all of sharing and good to see you as
Oh,
well.
no.
Where's my mama? Ruth Gosnell. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, mother.
Hello, Mama Dago.
Not really, Sherry. As far as rule, just treat each other with respect. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. One moment, everybody.
Mhm. Thank you, True Crime Questions with me. Yeah. Well, we're happy that you're here, Lindsay.
Of course, of course, of course, of course. Oh, horse is a horse. Of course, of course. Oh, I'm
Yikes.
such a cornball. Rowena, good to see you, dear. Why am I doing this? I'm sitting on my earbud and I keep pulling it out of my ear. Okay, Cassie. Cassie's in the house. 4 months. Hey, hey. That is awesome. Awesome. Just block any channel. Well, of course, Lindsay. Of course, of course. Thank you, True Crime Questions with me. I appreciate that very much so. Mm. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. I love Jules.
Jules is a sweetie.
Yes, she's great. She's awesome. All right. So, getting back to what the topic for today is, and this goes not just for Idaho, but Idaho mostly, because Idaho has caused the most drama. Just it's caused more drama and more ridiculousness than I've ever seen on YouTube in my life. And since I've been on YouTube for 6, 7 years now, never have I ever seen, even in the drama community, I've never seen this much ridiculous stuff come out of this. Okay. And this case really, really, uh, thank you, Suzanne Seidel. I appreciate you. This case has really brought it, folks. It really has brought it. Um, and we're gonna watch and review a part of a harsh video today because I want it to be shown and known what my entire intention has always been. One of the big comments that was made that really bothered me Sunday night in that video with John was that I have said, or I've stated more than once that I've said that Brian Koberger is innocent.
Hmm.
I've never, unless I did it in my sleep or something was wrong with me, I've never ever in my life said Brian Koberger is innocent. Ever,
I
folks.
must have been at work that day or something.
Not during
Because
this show. Ever. Never have I said Brian is innocent. if you guys have heard me say, and I'll claim it if it's happened, folks. If somebody can show me where I've said it, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard me say that Brian Koberger is innocent, because I can almost 99.98% chance guarantee I've never said that, and if I did it, I didn't mean to, because I've never claimed nor thought that he was. And I've also said that I can't claim to say that he's guilty at this point. I said I'm on the fence, sitting in the middle, because I personally didn't see enough for what to convince me enough evidence, okay? Which maybe I never will, okay? And that was my opinion and my opinion alone. So again, I've never said Brian Koberger is innocent, because I don't know that he is. And I've also said, and Mama Bear can back this up too, because I know she's heard me say it. I've also said, and these are the words that I used exactly, Brian Koberger could very well have been the one that did this. Did I or did I not say that?
Yes.
More than once, too.
Yes.
And I've always felt that way, okay? I've never felt that, because I even made a comment at one point in time that said, how did we know who Brian was? There had to have been somewhere down the road that he knew something or somebody or somehow was involved to have his name put into this case somehow, okay? That's what I said. You're okay, NASDAQ. Don't worry, do your job. And I tried to do a show pointing at everything that involved guilt. That's true, Jaylet, okay? All I have ever said is that this is about justice, and it's about, how can I say this? You know, making sure that it's done right, I guess, in a sense. And maybe there's things that I haven't understood. And when I haven't understood something, I've gone and looked and researched it to try to make myself understand it. That's fact. But something, thank you, Brandy. And again, guys, here it is. Here it is. This is a problem for people, I guess. This here is something that's not expected. Nobody has to do this ever. And I don't ever want, I'm saying this, I feel dumb saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I don't ever want anybody to ever think that they have to donate to this channel to support me or support the channel. And I definitely don't want people that are on a fixed income that can't afford to, that are living, you know, paycheck to paycheck, that are living very low on their means, anything like that, to ever think you have to donate to this channel. Please don't. I'm asking you not to at that point, okay? Should you choose to do it, that's up to you, and I don't expect it. I do very much appreciate every bit of it, because it does help me to pay the bills to keep coming to do this, guys. So that is all that's about, and all it ever has been about. That being clarified. So, good to see you, Josie. Thanks for being here, hon. Where did it go? Now, one other thing that is very important to me that I need to put out there. I have always, Heather, is that Heather? Is that M or is that a zodiac symbol? I don't know what. I never could understand what that was, but 5 months. That's awesome. Thank you for being part of this family. Thank you for being part of this community. We do appreciate you. Same goes for you, Duke. Thank you for becoming a member and becoming part of this family. Appreciate you very much. Angela, good to see you. Carrie Prashula, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you. And again, War Eagle, another member for 3 months. Thank you for being part of this family. I love you guys so very much. It's awesome. There's a lot of people that belong to this community that are members, and it just blows my mind. Thank you, Heather. It's the zodiac sign for Scorpio. That's what I thought. I just wanted to be clear. There's a lot of people that have become members in here all on their own. I've never taken anybody hostage. I can promise you guys, and handcuffed them to my computer and said, become a member now. I've never done that, and I don't do that. I will not do that. Welcome, Matt Amlo. Good to see you. It's all good, Josie. I appreciate you, hon, and I know. Cowboy
I'm pretty sure I was told I'm not allowed to leave ever, but that's okay.
Who told you that?
Several people, but
I don't know nothing about that, but okay. Absolutely, Jeff. Thank you for joining us today. Have a good day. Space Junkie 69. Good to see you. Good to have you here. So, moving forward with back to what we were talking about, and Cowboy is Duke and Duke is Cowboy. That mixes together pretty good. The Duke. So, as I was stating, one of the most important things that does need to be talked about the Idaho case, okay? There is a PCA. We've looked at it multiple times. Maybe we need to do it again, but there is a PCA. And the things that we've read throughout the PCA, we've questioned. Welcome, Noni. Good to see you, dear. Charisma, you as well. Now, I'm not a detective. I'm not an attorney. Welcome, Kendra. Good to see you. Sir Diego, I love it. I'm not a judge. I don't have any legal background. Okay. Um, and I'm also not the only creator that questions whether or not Brian is innocent or guilty. I'm not the only creator that is confused about that. Okay. And I've looked into legal proceedings, legal procedures about different things. I've read on it to try to make things make sense to me before I talk about it. Okay. I've been guilty in the past, yes, of talking about certain things that maybe I didn't vet very well. I've been guilty in the past of allowing things to be talked about that weren't vetted very well as well, and certain things that are kind of crossing a line in some senses. But it is things that other people have heard, and hearsay is a big problem in this case. Word of mouth and rumor is a big problem in this case, and this is where I'm saying that the lines need to be straightened back out. The lines need to be not crossed. Common sense and logic. Now, most of us, all of us, I would hope, have common sense, and I believe we do. Okay, and I'm talking about everybody in here. And what I'm saying is that when we go look, even if we're looking at a document, folks, okay, which there is one new document, by the way, and I'll show you guys. Even when we're looking at a document, we need to use common sense. And if we're not sure of something, okay, and this is something that's important, folks. I've had to do this at times. Things have come up when I'm sitting here while doing this right here. And when I'm doing that, I've had to go and read in to see what it means, what it is. Thank you, Leslie, so very much. I appreciate you so much for that. Um, so sorry, guys. If there's something I didn't understand or something that I was completely confused on, I've had to go look it up. Or like after the show, I'd go read on it or go talk to somebody about it or whatever I had to do. I guess I didn't do it as much as I needed to in some senses. Tomboy, thank you for joining us. But I promise you I will be. On any case, not just as, and this pertains to every case in any case we've looked at, folks, not just this case. This is just the one that has caused the most drama and the most problems with everybody. So that's something that should be done. And I think everybody needs to do that. I really do. If you're not sure of something, folks, don't just take my word for it or Lana or Harsh or anybody else that's out there. If you're not sure of something and you hear it come from somebody's channel, if you're not comfortable or you just don't maybe understand or you're just not sure, go look it up. Go research it, folks. That's the best thing to do to get the truth, okay, and the right answer to it. There was, we were talking about this morning. There was a comment that dropped a long time ago in the beginning of this case, and it was when Brian was arrested, that he had made a comment stating that he can't wait, or he asked a question and said, "Has anybody else been arrested?" We all heard that at the same time, right after he was arrested, and we all took that as God's word. And it wasn't. It's never been proven, folks. That comment was never proven, and I was guilty myself of repeating it when I thought, because I thought it was something he actually said. In turn, It wasn't, because I still don't know if he said it or not. But he did make another comment that was proven, and that's where the difference is. Okay. Yeah, that too, Sherry. That's another problem, but we're past that. So, but again, the other comment was that I can't wait to be exonerated for this. He did say that. His attorney said that he said that. Now, if we get something told to us by an attorney, a law enforcement officer, a judge, or a family member of anybody involved in the case, somebody that's that close to the case, that's when you can take something as being the word that it's true. And that's where there's been problems, folks. Big problems. Brian Enton is the one that reported that comment. Where did Brian Enton get that comment from? I'm not downing him because I've actually, never had a problem with him, but where did Brian Enton get that comment from? I don't know. And I promise you that nobody else knows either. Was it something that he made up? Or was it something he heard as hearsay as well, which rolled downhill and turned into this big thing that nobody has been able to prove since it happened? That's happened a lot in this case. And that's happened with comments that don't make sense. There's been comments made that are not logical. That's what this is all about today. Thank you, Suzanne. Because we have to be logical, folks. One second here. And that's understandable, Mama Four. Okay, and that was what my problem, one of my biggest problems was, is there was nothing that I could find, whether it was PCA documentation anywhere or anything else that gave me a motive for this crime from that gentleman that was suspected of it. That was a problem for me. The way that the PCA read was a problem for me as well, but at the same time, I've read back through it, and some parts of it do make more sense now, okay? Because I've read through it without reading it like this, and I've sat down and looked up certain things about procedural stuff, the way that things are done, okay? So some of those things that didn't make sense to me before kind of do make sense, but I still have my doubts due to the fact, excuse me, as to why certain things were done a certain way. Wow. Congrats, Beth, and welcome to the sauce. Thank you for joining the family. Appreciate you. But again, there's still things that I'm not comfortable with. There's still things that I'm not 100% sure of. But you know what? Instead of coming out here and screaming that, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go read up on it. I'm going to go research more on it until something kind of does start to fit in place. Because again, one thing I want to make clear, folks, on this case specifically, I said this morning. I had a little meeting with Mama Bear and Molly, as I do pretty much every day. At least with Mama Bear, at least once a day, I have to touch base with her to make sure that I'm using all of my brain that day, or trying to. So I do not, nor have I ever thought that there is the FBI, the Latah County Police Department, Sheriff's Department, Moscow PD, and the Idaho State Police involved in a huge, scam with all of these law enforcement agencies together to bring down one person. I've never thought that, because that doesn't make sense. Think about it for a minute. That's not logical. Welcome, Donna Melton. That's not logical for that many law enforcement officials to be involved in a giant, conspiracy. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't think. PSYOP or something like that. I mean, and it's okay, though, to think about it, but to have them one person, two people here and there, but there's multiple people in these agencies, folks. And I would imagine, like I told Mama Bear this morning, not all law enforcement officers are corrupt, folks. There's good officers out there. There really are.
Absolutely.
There could be corrupt officers here and there. It happens. People aren't perfect, But to imagine an entire department, an entire agency, sorry guys, would be involved in a situation, that many people, one person or two people are understandable, but not one, somebody's going to notice something and say, hey, wait a minute, that ain't good, because there are good officers out there. There are good agents out there. They're going to say, wait a second, wait a minute. What are you doing? What's going on here? And they're going to go to somebody and they're going to say, hey, this is happening over here. And those persons are going to go to somebody and they're going to say, hey, we just found this whole problem over here with such and such, or this group of people, or these group of officers. That's not cool. We got to take care of this. And that's what's going to happen. That's how that kind of stuff works. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that they don't make mistakes. I said a long time ago, and that is, I've said that too. The rotten apple theory. One rotten apple spoils a whole bunch.
Yep.
One person can do something and it screws up everything for everybody. That's a fact. Okay, we know that. They also do make mistakes, folks. And this crime, the way this happened, if somebody tells me that they were prepared, anybody could be prepared for something like this, they're a liar. I'm sorry, but you're lying to me. There is no way, training or no training, I don't care how much training you've had, could not be prepared to walk into a quadruple homicide and just say, okay, we're good. We got this covered. Let's go on. And not make a mistake. Think about it. Okay? There are mistakes made. I'm not saying that there is no corruption, folks. I'm not saying that there's not. I've told you before. Things are not right. Okay? Things are not right in some senses. There's things that haven't been right with this case in the beginning that we saw, and mistakes have been made. I'm not going to say that I've said that before, and I'm sticking to that. There have been mistakes made. Things that I'm not comfortable with, yes. Okay? But if I'm sure that, like I said, that it's been noticed, it's been seen, it's being handled. Now, one thing that has been said was that, well, we know how many requests for discovery there have been, 9 thus far. Okay, I'm sure there'll probably be a 10th one too, meaning that the defense did not get everything they've ever requested. But she's also at the same time stated that the prosecution has given her everything she's asked for. So where's something missing with that? What's missing? Somebody's not getting something from somewhere, okay? We don't know. We don't know where it's not coming from, but there's something not coming from somewhere that she needs or she wants. So now we do know also, that that's where I'm saying mistakes could have been being made. Maybe something was missed on the law enforcement end of things to hand over to the state. Maybe something wasn't processed correctly or something like that. I don't know. I can't say that I do because I don't. Okay. And I'm not gonna know, and neither are you guys. Nobody's gonna know until when? Until we get to a trial, and that's when we're gonna get all the answers that we need or want from this case, which God knows when that's gonna be. None of this information, as I've stated before, nothing here is owed to us, folks. It's not. It's not our business by law, okay? Whatever they put out is what we get. And, if we get it, then we're lucky. But the thing is we have to take what we get and we have to use common sense, obviously, and logical explanations behind everything the best we can. Now, when we don't get, here's the problem though. Greg McNeely, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. November 13th had how many launchers views plus these reaching their football weekend? Why focus on? That's a good point, Greg. That's a great point. Great point. And that's what I was saying. Things like that have popped up make you question that. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You're supposed to. You should question something like that. I did. Lots of people do. Now, I'm going to do a reference here real quick. 2 different cases, and they are completely 2 different cases. But we have seen a lot of things that have been said, that have been brought out on this case, that have been like, they're just like some things are just so beyond insane that it's like, whoa, what are you talking about? Okay. There's another case that's going on simultaneously right now that hasn't had, in my opinion, enough exposure and talked about enough, and we're going to be doing it here soon. You're showing up there, Donna, right there. Did you have something else that you said beforehand? Um, don't see it. Okay, but and here's the thing: I want this to be understood first before I say anything else. I am not trying to change your minds, make your minds up, make you make a choice in things. I'm not. None of what I'm trying to do. All I have come out to do is to talk about my thoughts and give people a place to talk about theirs, and to try to bring some fact when I find it, okay, and hope that it's true. But now I'm doing so much more what I call maintenance to try to fix things in a sense to where people aren't confused, folks. I don't want anybody being confused because the biggest problem with this is we do not know yay or nay on most everything with this case for sure. And we will not know yay or nay on this case for sure until we go to a trial. Unless they put out a document that literally says bing, bang, boom, or A, B, and C. That's when we're going to know. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to trust that. I'm not saying you guys have to believe that that's what that is. All I'm saying is that's what we're supposed to believe in is these documents like the PCA and the things that we get. That's what we're supposed to believe in. And I look at it and I take it for what it is. I may question it, but I'm going to believe in that. Okay. Now, as I was saying, a whole other case that's out there running simultaneously with this one is the Delphi case. And that is a disaster, folks. Complete disaster. There are some really bad things going on over there. Those things that are going on over there are the things that people are saying are going on in Idaho. For the most part, I'm saying it's being to me, it's like people are saying this is happening over here when it's actually going on over here. There's some things over in Delphi that really don't make no sense and that are making me really scratch my head and go, what the hell? This really doesn't make any sense at all. This is really crazy. And we've been basically watching a man, whether he's guilty or not, folks. Again, I do truly believe in innocent until proven guilty. I'm sorry. I do feel that that's something we should all believe. I truly do. This is our country, folks. That's what they put in place. We should definitely follow that and believe that everyone should be innocent till proven guilty. And it doesn't happen. Everybody is guilty till proven innocent. Okay. And we know that. But we're literally watching in the Delphi case a man die in front of our eyes, in my opinion. Richard Allen was arrested for this crime, the unaliving these two beautiful little girls, and it's been a little over a year, something like that, right there. Are you there?
Yeah, sorry, I forgot I was muted. Yes,
Yeah,
little over a year.
right.
I think
And
it'll
we
be
have
2
watched,
years in February.
yeah, and he's transformed from what he was when he was arrested to what I call the Walking Dead because he does not look good. He does not look like he's even there anymore, folks, and it's bad. Something is going on in that case. There's something that's not right with that case. This person, I mean, for instance, we look at Brian Koberger. Okay, I think Brian looks better since he's gone to jail than he did when he was arrested. So he's not being mistreated. He's not being whatever's going on over there. That's not happening to him. But when you look at Richard Allen, you're like, good God, what happened to this? That's the same guy because he
Right.
doesn't look like the same guy. He really doesn't.
No.
Welcome, Reverend. Good to see you. So again, what is going on? What is going on? Like that this guy he's transformed into a completely different person. It's scary. That is what I'm saying. The things that need to be looked at is in something like that. Okay. Now, what is that?
Hmm?
Oh, Jesus, whatever. Anyway, so now, like I was saying, there are some things that have been talked about in the Idaho case that I think have gone way beyond where they should have gone. Okay. And it's happened here on this show. It has happened here. And I'm taking full accountability for it. It's my fault because I allowed for it to happen. Now, I can't control everything that people say when they're in the chat. I can't because I don't see it all. And I've had a couple instances where things were said on a panel, and I can't control that because it happens before. I mean, I could control that, but I give the open freedom to speak, and then it's too late and it comes out. And it upsets certain people because, things are said that shouldn't be said. I take accountability for that too because it's my show. And one thing that I said the other day, and I truly meant it. If anything was ever said from this channel on this show that ever possibly could, that hold on a minute. Okay, take care, Layla. If anything was ever said, welcome, Peaches. Good to see you. That could have been offensive or upsetting to any of the families involved or anything in that sense, I truly, wholeheartedly, from the deepest depths of my soul, apologize. And I said that the other day, and I truly meant that because that's never been the intention of this show because I support and respect them completely and wholeheartedly. So that is one thing that I will not ever allow to be said about any of the families. I've never supported anybody talking down about the families or the victims for that matter. And I won't. That's not fair, and that's very hurtful. It could hurt a lot of people. And if I'm saying anything that upsets anybody, um, I'm sorry. I don't expect people to stay here that don't like what I'm saying. Uh, I have no hard feelings towards anybody that would leave because of the things that I'm saying something they don't like. I'm a human being. I'm not perfect. I've allowed for mistakes to happen, and I refuse to allow it anymore. Okay, I refuse to allow it anymore because the biggest thing of this, and I haven't done it. And how can I put this? I haven't done enough regulating, I guess we could say, to be able to stop certain things. Okay, everybody has the right to the freedom of their own mind and the freedom to their own feelings, speech, their own opinions and theories, but you gotta use logic and common sense. Is all I'm asking and saying, folks, because there's things that have been said where I'm just like, I can't go with that. I cannot, that doesn't make sense. Logically, it doesn't make sense. And those are the things that, thank you, Donna. Those are the things that have caused, I think, a lot of problems in this case because people are just throwing things. Whether the reasoning behind the reason why they're doing it is okay or not, it's because, if we're not getting anything, then just let it be. And I'm not saying that people did this, but I'm seeing or saying that I could see this happening. You cannot invent things, folks. We cannot invent suspects. We cannot invent evidence. We cannot invent reasoning or motive. We just can't. We can't do that because again, it can be said by one person to one person, and 350 people within an hour will have that same theory rolling down the hill. And we all know that this is fact.
Mm-hmm.
We all know this is fact. And that's another thing I wanted to say. I remember Mama Bear, I told you earlier I was gonna say this too.
Yeah.
I want everybody in here to understand something. Everybody in here, and I've never told you guys that you can't go to different channels and be here at the same time. I've never told you not to go to different channels and not be here at the same time. And I've never said that here's a reason why. I could say something about this case right now. And there could be two other shows that are on after me. Okay? and they could be talking about the same exact thing that I'm talking about, and they're gonna have maybe a twist, a different variation of what I'm saying, or another angle than what I'm saying, and you should be able to go watch that and take a different perspective. Everybody thinks differently, everybody has different perspectives, everybody has different angles. I'm not the be all end all, folks, and I don't own anybody in here. I don't. You guys are here because of your own by your own volition, and I appreciate that. But I have no problem. In fact, I want you guys to go watch other shows and get your other ideas from other places and weigh it out, guys. What makes sense? Did Dago say this or and Lana said this and what Dago said doesn't make any sense, but what Lana said does. Good. That's what this is all about because we don't know. We don't know. Okay? And I don't want anybody to just say whatever Dago says is what goes because that's not true. And that's not how I feel. And Mama Bear doesn't feel that way.
Mm-mm.
Okay? Now, I understand there's been some problems because somebody that was here went over to another channel and said in essence, you know, that Detective John was right about the things he said about me and that maybe his approach, I think it was not the greatest. I myself have said that things that John said were right about the channel. Not about me personally, but the channel. Because they were. That's why I told you guys that there's some things that need to stop. That allowing certain things to be said on here, it just can't happen. And if I have to shut my channel down, then I would. Or if I have to not be here to stop people from saying certain things, then I would, because it's wrong. But that's true too. Some content creators have made a lot of videos and clicks based on assumption that BK is guilty, whether true or not. That's a fact too. It goes both ways, folks. Thank you,
Mm-hmm.
Paladin. It definitely goes both ways. My opinion, welcome, Sherry. Thank you for being here, hon. My opinion is an opinion. My theory that I had towards this is a theory. It doesn't mean that it's fact. And everybody else has other versions of that. They're allowed. They're absolutely allowed. Okay. So I need people to calm down and breathe and stop taking this case so seriously that it's the only thing that you can think about or have in your life, for one, because it's not. And we're not the ones that are going to make anything happen. We're not going to be the ones that are going to make anything change. Okay. At
Mm-hmm.
all. We're not. We're just sitting here. And in some senses, it was said to me that some creators on YouTube are no better than mainstream media. And you know what? That's fact. And I've been guilty of that as well. Shame on me for allowing it. But I'm telling you right now, it stopped here. It's done. I would not be able to sleep at night. And this doesn't have anything to do with Detective John, folks. I'm telling you, this is something that I talked to Mama Bear about
Yep.
multiple times already, and a few of the other people, that things are out of control. And that if I've had anything to do with it, then I need to stop it and change it and fix it now. Fact.
Yep.
There are some really, and I'm not putting names out, I'm not claiming creators, and I'm not blaming anybody. There are some really crazy theories out there that absolutely, to me, make no sense. That draw a line that like jump way over a line that was drawn a long time ago, folks. If that makes any sense to you guys. And that's what has happened. I've never seen anything like it. Good to see you, Canadian cat lady. And that's fact. So, what else was I gonna say? I don't remember. There was something else I was gonna add to that, and I completely lost my train of thought. Sorry. What did you just say?
Oh, I was trying to read comments.
Oh, but anyway, one, and that's one big thing, guys. Like I said, if you don't, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you don't understand something with this case, don't make an assumption based on what you don't see. Maybe take some extra time, go do a little more research, go look up, um, I guess, go look up what could make you make sense or make it make sense. I'm sorry. Like look into it a little bit deeper than what we have to try to find it. I've been guilty of that as well too, you know. Now, one other thing I do want to talk about real fast here with this, since I just seen it was in the chat too. And I said actually I already did. I brought this up in the beginning, I think. One, I don't care where anybody goes in here. And here's another thing too that I need people to understand. I appreciate and I know that you guys care about me. And I know that a lot of people feel that they want the best for me. And I appreciate that too. And more than you know, guys, thank you for that. Very much so. But like I've found out and I've seen for myself actually that there's people that are being attacked in some senses because of going to other communities and may have made a statement or a comment what I had just talked about before, that may have been taken as in being derogatory towards me. I don't care. I don't care. Words are words, folks. Actions speak louder than words, and that's that. That's all there is to it. People have the right to their own opinions. If somebody came in here and said I'm Dago's an idiot, this and that, and I can't stand Dago, and that, good for that person. That's their prerogative, folks. You don't have to like me. I am wrong. I'm not perfect. I have been wrong. I'm a human being. And if somebody's making a statement stating this is not right, this is, this is the way I see it, and it's not right, that's their prerogative. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not perfect, guys. I think I'd be a hell of a lot bigger and a lot better if I was perfect, but I'm definitely not. Okay. So not everything I say is 100% right. I've been proven wrong before multiple times, and I'm okay with that. And if I'm wrong, then I admit that I'm wrong. I don't have problems with that either. Okay. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. That is all there is to it. Okay. So it doesn't make sense to me for people to go after other people because they made a negative comment about me. Come, let it be, folks, please. That's all I'm asking is just let it be. It's not that important. It's not. There's so many more things that are more important than that. Okay. There's other things that we could spend, or I'm sorry, we could spend, not spend. I don't know. I just made my own word up. Spend our time worrying about. Like I said, guys, tomorrow's not promised. It's not. So I'm spending so much time and energy trying to hate, for one word, is a good word.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth it because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So if you spend your whole last day on this planet doing stuff like that, what did you do? You wasted all that time doing nothing. And I don't need it. I appreciate you guys caring for me. Like I said, that's not how to do it though. Just let it be. If I think it's a problem, then I'll definitely do something about it. But let it be. You know how many bad things have been said about me? I've had people that are friends say things that they don't. Not in here particularly. I'm just giving you an example. But people that call themselves friends say negative things about me. You know, constructive criticism is a real thing, and it does help. It does help people grow. It's helped me in here, and I can take it pretty well.
If it's said in an appropriate.
Exactly, exactly. If it is constructive criticism, and I'll take it. I absolutely will. Welcome, Michelle Farrell. Good to see you. And Corey Turdia, Turja. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry. Agent Redacta, welcome. Good to see you. Echo 444. Thank you for being here. If anything, guys, like I said, one thing I won't put up with, and that's I haven't seen it in here, and I don't want to see it, and that's doxing. I don't do that, and I'm going to talk about something else with the case with that too. Thank you very much, Mother, and I appreciate that. Very much. That's right. Um, Doxing has happened in multiple ways because of this case. One thing I've never said, and I have always said though, I'm sorry, I'm the way I'm phrasing that, is we cannot accuse, that's a big word. We cannot accuse anybody of anything in this case unless we had concrete proof that that person was involved in something. Haven't I said that?
Yes.
I thought I had. Okay. I've seen it done, and I've seen it done in here. I can't, guys. I've seen names put into this case that we don't have, they're not in the PCA, therefore there's no actual proof. So, and they're not in any other documents, therefore there's no actual proof. So what you're doing in essence when you put that person's name in here is you are possibly causing problems for that person in their life. That's something I've never been down with. Never. Never. Okay. There's been a lot of Jacks and Jakes and this and that and everything's brought in and talked about, so on and so forth. In fact, in the very beginning of the case, I had my own little how can I say this? I'm trying to think of the right word here. Can't think of it right now. What the hell is that word, guys? I'm sorry. I hate when I pull my own. I just pulled a dig.
I'm not sure.
Um, I lost my whole train of thought, folks. Sorry about that. It'll come back. No worries. But we cannot accuse people in this case of being involved in this case unless, again, unless we hear from an attorney, a judge, a law enforcement official, or somebody, that person themselves, or somebody in their families that says this person's involved in this case. We just can't put them in there, folks, because it causes so many other problems. Okay, so many other problems. Now, and that's what I was saying too. The whole doxing thing, like, I just don't put up with that. Like, it's nobody's business about anybody else's life. Their name, their social security number, their address, their age, none of that is nobody's business, folks, unless they want it out there. I doxed myself earlier on because I don't care. I have nothing to hide. You know, everybody knows my name's Joe Mayoris. Everybody knows I'm 48 years old, and mother don't say a word. Soon to be 49. And everybody knows that I live in Ohio. I mean, I put it out there because I had no reason to hide it. Okay. But that's me. Not everybody wants themselves put out like that. That's fact. And I know why. Because I've seen so much crazy shit in here. It's dangerous at times. People have certain things in their life that they want to keep private. That's why. You got to respect that out here, folks. You got to respect it. That's all. Don't laugh at me, mother. Don't laugh at me at all. I always forget how old I am. I've talked about it enough times. But anyway, those things need to be known, folks. But all I'm saying, most importantly, though, is we got to use some logic with this. We got to use some common sense with this. Take all that in. If we're going to take all of that crazy stuff that's been brought into the Idaho case and all the crazy, directions you go with it, take it to Delphi, because it's probably happened over there. There's a lot of bad stuff happening over there, and it's not worth it, folks. It's not worth it to bring it to this case. There's a lot of. Hold on a second. Sorry, give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. There, can you hold on for a minute?
Okay. Yep. Hi, guys. Hi, Wendy. Oh, you're so sweet, Rock Chalk. A little crazy at times, but you're sweet. Hi, Miss Moo. I don't know if it's
What'd you
Lucia.
call me?
I called you a moo.
You called me crazy. I heard it.
Oh. No, I called Rock Chalk crazy. I said, "You're a little
Oh.
crazy, but you're sweet."
Yeah, but I love Rock Chalk's crazy. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference. There was a hearing that was scheduled for tomorrow. I do
I
believe from
know, Josie, because I
hold on a
got a
minute.
new keyboard that's like
Let
the
me show you guys
soft
real quick here.
keyboard,
Um,
but
and
it
that's something else we're going to discuss too down towards the end of this is the Discord that I have that I know there's a lot of people that are involved in it, and I'd like to keep it for that reason so we can have and do innocent things in there. But if it's going to continue to be a problem, guys, I have to get rid of it, and I don't want to. So we have to make that work because this is my last ditch effort to make it last. Because I know there's people in there that look forward to it every single day to be able to communicate with other people, and I have struggled with it from the damn beginning. We all have, and I shouldn't have to because we're all adults. There shouldn't be crazy stuff going on in there. I should be able to walk away from it, come back to it, and it's still the same, and there's not all this crazy shit. Now, I know that there were certain people at one point that caused problems. Okay. That's been dealt with. That's done. There should be no other issues. So, this is the last ditch effort to make it work for everybody that does enjoy it just for their own enjoyment, for whatever. But after that, folks, if I have to dump it, I'm dumping it. And this is only going to be it. It's that simple. That's all I can say. I'm not trying to be rude, but
mhm.
um, it's just too much. It's too much, and it doesn't need to exist. Uh, hold on, I'm trying to pull something up to show you guys, but that is right there. Uh, yeah, that is it. Thank you. I found it. I don't know who I'm even talking to, but I thank myself. I'm thanking myself. That's good, isn't it? Can you
You're
tell it's
thinking for
been a few minutes?
yourself? What?
I'm thanking myself for finding something that I found.
Oh. I was like, "What?"
It's been, my house has been sick. I'm sick. It's just been insane. Okay, so there is tomorrow. One sec.
Agent Redacta, I believe it's, regarding the IGG, yes.
Okay, yeah. 1031, 1031. Okay,
William
there is this
Harvey,
document.
it's Brian Koberger.
I'm sorry.
Just answering questions.
Okay. There is this document that was dropped as of yesterday. Just to show you guys. It doesn't have, it's blown up. There it is. The order setting status conference. The court orders the following: a status conference regarding the in-camera review of the IGG information will be conducted by Zoom tomorrow, November 2nd, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. That would be Idaho time, by the way. The parties and counsel will appear by Zoom. Courtroom number 3 of the Latah County Courthouse will be open to public for those who would like to sit and listen in the scheduling conference. Now, I'm going to give you guys a heads up on this real quick, okay? If everybody tries to go into this at one time to watch this, you do know what's going to happen because it happened once before. If
Touch
everybody
wood.
tries to go into Zoom to watch this, nobody will be able to watch this. Nobody, because it'll overload and shut down, and then they'll be sitting here waiting for it to work. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. It
Oh, I
may
thought
be
you was
able to,
talking about the oh, never mind.
the Zoom is what I'm talking about. So it will overload.
Yeah. Wasn't it the Jared Lysick
Yes.
that the court shut it down because
Hmm.
people didn't know how to turn their mics off?
Right. It'll crash. It won't do nothing. So there'd be a waste of all that time. So it'd be better to just try to watch it on another live stream from somebody or something like that, guys, because otherwise nobody will get to see it. That's what typically will happen. So just take that into accordance, guys, when you think about it. So, Let me see something here. I appreciate you, Doc Terry. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. And that goes for all of you that are here. And like I said, if there's things that I've said that have upset anybody today to the point where you don't want to be here anymore, I understand, guys. I'm not upset with you. I won't be upset with you. Some of this I brought on myself because I've allowed, and I won't allow anymore. Okay? I will not allow nonsense. I will not allow illogical things. I will not allow there's different opinions. That's different. That's fine. Everybody is entitled to that. But there's certain things that I will not allow to be broadcast across this channel. Okay. So real quick here, because I know I'm jumping all over the place. ADD is a great thing. Or ADHD is a great thing. So this is the order setting status conference right there. Okay. Now the other document that was dropped, I certify the oh, that's part of it. Sorry, folks. Sorry. Certificate of service. I certify copies of the order setting status conference were delivered by email to um, prosecutor William W. Thompson, Jeffrey Nye, Ingrid Beatty, Ann Tyler, and Alyssa Massett. So they was delivered to everybody. They all got copies of it. That was the second part of that one. And then the next one was the order regarding notice of Zoom hearing information. Okay. And there's that. Just for you to see. Blow it up a little bit bigger. Again, order regarding notices, hearing, Zoom information. The court is mindful that limited courtroom capacity and potential travel restrictions may interfere with the victims and defendants' families' ability to observe the court proceedings. In this case, November 2nd, 2023 at 10:30 a.m. Pacific time is what it is. Sorry, guys. Okay. Therefore, in the event they are unable to prefer not to attend the proceeding in person, the court finds it necessary to make the court proceedings available via Zoom for the victims and the defendants' immediate family members under the following restrictions. Now, from what I understood, and I may be wrong, and if I am, I am. I'm sorry. That's just that. But from what I was understanding is that other people could log into this and watch this, and which they're not listing it here, so I don't see that happening. Okay, and I don't believe that there are passwords and codes for this. So if you can't, it's mainly for family members of the defendants, and of course the victims. So let it be for them. If anybody is trying to go into that, that's all I'm saying. We can watch it somewhere else if it gets put out, but I'm not worried about that. I wouldn't anybody. So it's hereby ordered, like I said, that the victims and defendants' immediate family members may observe the court proceedings in person via Zoom meeting, blah, blah, blah. The Zoom information above shall not be disseminated to anyone, there it is right there, other than the victims and defendants' immediate family members. Any recording or live streaming of the proceeding is prohibited. Bingo. Okay, then. And again, there's the certificate of mailing, and that's that. That's the last document that's dropped. Right. That's it right there. You would need a password. Why advertise it? Thank you. Good point there, lady. So obviously, and that's good because I don't think anybody needs to watch that other than them, or at least them first. Because like I said, I heard of another case where somehow or another they put that Zoom meeting out and it locked down the whole thing because so many people logged into it. So I don't know. But anyway, back to the case. Like I said, you can do whatever you got to do, Corey. I have no problems with that. I have no problems with that. And I know why people call him that. So I don't think it's a disrespectful thing. I don't think people are trying to purposely be disrespectful. I think it's just because a lot of people could not remember his name at one point, and that is why that came out that way because of the way he looked. So I don't believe that is anybody being disrespectful, in my opinion. All right. So now, like I said, guys, as I'm trying to get to my point here, I want to show something real quick that I really do truly believe. And I want you guys to hear it from somebody else's mouth that I really do respect a lot. And I have since I started doing this. He's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this because I've always liked his stuff. That doesn't mean you have to, just because I do. Okay. Where is it? Oh, here it is. And it's only a piece of this. And of course, the main man, Harsh. I'm very big supporter of his, and I have very high respect for him, and I always have. I've disagreed with some things he said, and some things that he feels, but we're allowed to do that, and it's okay. It doesn't mean that he's a bad person, because I don't think he is at all. I think he's a great person, and I think he's got his heart in the right place. So, but there's a piece of this I want you guys to see because it's exactly the way I feel about this case. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And there's only pieces of it. It's only that one piece. The rest of it, guys, is up to you to go watch. I'm not trying to put all his content out there, but I just want to review that part of it so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. And if you will, like I said, if you haven't, which I'm sure most of you guys have, go check out Harsh Reality. He does some great stuff, in my opinion. I'm sorry to hear that, Gaya. I hope it gets better, hon. So, hold on a minute. Can you let me make sure you guys can hear that? Sorry. Um, then you wouldn't have. See, I'm glad I check that all the time. There we go. Okay, let me find out. I don't know. Wait a minute. Where is it? He's got the stuff, the crud going around too. The man flu.
Keep it over there.
Yeah, right. Let me find. Well, let me just play it and I'll show you where it's
Hey,
at.
you beautiful, beautiful people. I hope you are all well on this fabulous, fabulous. Is it the midweek hump? Is it? Is it? God, someone tell me. I think it is. I think it's a midweek hump. So if it is, have an amazing
He's
midweek
losing
hump. You're
days like I
amazing.
am. That's not good.
Amazing. Ann Taylor. Is Ann Taylor on Brian Koberger's side? I've been pondering this for a few days. And JB Gunner did a video yesterday. And look, I know some of you don't like JB Gunner, and me and JB Gunner have had our issues in the past, but I do have a professional respect for him in certain things that he does. Around the Idaho 4 case, I feel that he's one of the only people who is on the same wavelength as what I'm on. And for that, I have to give him credit where that's due, because so many people have jumped off of kind of being critical thinkers, being open-minded, and not just going down the route that seems to be the safest route. And make no bones about it, that's what people do. They think that saying that Brian Koberger is guilty, and they think that that is the safest route.
Now, one thing I want to say about this, okay? This is what I'm talking about, and this has happened both ways, not just what he's saying. But he's right. He's absolutely right. There are some people that have gone the safe way, and that's okay. That's up to you. Which they call the safe way is being that Brian's guilty, but there's things that I need to phrase this the right way. There's things, and it's okay to feel that way in a sense. Okay. There's also the people that are on the other side that think that Brian is just absolutely innocent. That's their that's okay. That's them. Everybody has the right to feel the way they want to feel about this. But there is, in my mind, there's a middle to this, okay? And that's where I feel like I am because I don't know either way yet. What's up, Crossroads? Thanks for joining us. And I'm still there, folks. And I may be all the way through the trial until something is said or something is shown and something's going to go ding, and I'm going to go, okay, he's guilty or he's innocent. It may take that long if it ever happens. But at this point, I'm in the middle, folks. I call it the gray middle. That's where I'm at. So, and that's absolutely true. Speculation is not fact, and that needs to be driven into everyone's mind. Speculation is exactly what that word means. It's speculation. It's not real. It's not fact. It's not, you can't take something and go, okay, you know, this pencil is, or this pen is black, but if you look at it this way, it could be blue. or if you think about it a different way, it could be red. No, it's black. It's a fact, folks. That's all it is. We can speculate about what color it is all we want. The fact is that it's black. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say. But let me finish with this to show you the rest of the point. I just wanted to make that part known.
Because they think, and this is the point. The majority of people think that Brian Koberger will get found guilty. And then what you'll see is everybody who, if he is indeed found guilty, will be like, see, we was right. We was right. All these idiots who said that he weren't guilty, and look at him now. Look at him now. And they'll be running and hiding now. They'll be hiding because they were supporting him. No, it weren't about supporting. It was never about supporting Brian Koberger. Let me just shut that.
Never, ever, 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 ever. That was funny, Moonlit. Ever has it ever been about supporting Brian Koberger? Never. Not for me. Not for me at all. That's a hell of a face there, Harsh. I've never done anything I've done in here, whether it's made people believe that, want to think that, whatever it is, it's never been about supporting Brian Koberger in here for me ever. Mama Bear?
Yeah.
Has it ever been about supporting Brian Koberger for you?
No.
No. Okay. It's been about, as he's about to say,
never about supporting Brian Koberger. It was about supporting justice and the pursuit of justice and making sure that was done right.
That is what it's always been about to me. Always, always. That's why I've always said that he's innocent till proven guilty. And I even told you guys months, a year ago, almost a year, that I wish they'd show me something that would make me understand and believe how Brian did this, so I could just shut up and move on. Okay. I just haven't, it just hasn't clicked in my mind yet. That doesn't mean anything. Nothing. But I've always tried to use logic and common sense while I'm, debriefing that in my mind. I'm not going to let like some crazy thing float through my head and go, oh, well, okay, that since nothing else makes sense, we'll go with that. You can't do that. You can't do that. This is all about support and supporting and true justice, and to make sure that whether he did it or not, he gets a true fair trial. That's important. Okay. If there are other people involved, then that needs to be found. And if Brian Koberger did this, if he did this on his own, by himself, which I've struggled with that fact as well. I've talked to people that have said, I don't think this could happen this way because of this, and this. It made sense to me. There's other people that I've talked to that said, hell yeah, he could have done this in 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 15 minutes, because the times have all changed all over the place. My accordance was that it was 9 minutes. I've tried to stick with that. I know I've mentioned and messed it up a couple of times, but it's 9 minutes from what I know. The point is I've had people show and tell me how he could have done it in 9 minutes, and it made me think about it. I'm always open to think about things and look at other angles with this, folks, okay? But the point is we still don't know. So we can't state that we do. And we can't say, this is what it is. I don't care what you say. How? We haven't been to a trial. We haven't had a preliminary hearing to show any side of that stuff. So we don't have that either. All we have is what we've seen so far, and that hasn't proven anything. And we all know that because there hasn't been a hearing. So we gotta wait. We have to learn some patience with this and wait. And that's in the meantime, because there isn't anything really to talk about in Idaho. There's not, folks. We've talked about it all so many times now that I could almost do it in my sleep. But there's nothing really to talk about. So we need to focus on other cases that really do need attention, like Delphi. That one really does need some attention. Chelsea Grimm, that needs some attention. There's still Summer Wells is still missing. There's a lot of other cases that can be looked at, and all that time can be spent on it. I've seen people say, I can't put my attention on anything else. Why? You can come back to this. It's still going to be here. It's not going to change. And if it does, we'll know about it. You know what I mean? That's all.
Absolutely.
So Let me finish this up here to where I'm done.
You know, people, the information, even as I record this video now, I don't think there's enough information to fully support Brian Koberger being guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. But so many people have already got him convicted and lined up against the wall. And that's the point. That's the point. At the point with which is right and correct and proper, to then be like, do you know what? He did it. He did it. If you're one of these people who are absolutely convinced beyond a reasonable doubt that he did it at this stage, then I feel that you've perhaps not taken everything into consideration, or you're believing some of the stories that have not been proven to be factual. And that's all my point is. But people go the safe route, because they don't want to look perhaps or feel like they might look stupid later on down the line. But my question to you today is whether Ann Taylor, this is an individual, a legal representative.
Okay. And that's really all. That's a great video, by the way, guys. Go check it out. Go watch the whole video, if you will. He put 2 out today that I saw, and I liked them both.
Hey, David.
Great to see you, David. I hope you're doing well, brother. I miss you. But yeah, that's really the only part of that video I really wanted to talk about, because it makes sense, guys. You know what I mean? But like I said, go check out the rest of it on your own when you have some time. Please do, because I thought they were both good videos today. There's a lot of interesting info in them. So, that's all I was talking about that. But, take that, and that is what I'm talking about, though. It's always been about justice and making sure things were done the right way, because in some senses, and I've been wrong. I don't know everything. I don't know a lot about it. I'm learning, just like you guys are. So when I learn something, I tell you about it. But one thing that I'm not going to be moving forward, if I talk about this case, because there's nothing to talk about, it's going to be documentation stuff that's come out. It's going to be factual information that I found. It's going to be things that have been said by attorneys, judges, law enforcement officials, things like that, because when we cross the lines, when we bend the lines, it turns into a disaster, guys, and it has. It's gone beyond the limits of logical. There's so many things that have been non-commonsensical that have been said and talked about and put out there. It's not good for the integrity of the case, folks. It causes more problems for it. And at some point in time, you guys understand something. And I truly believe this. Okay, if you think about it, there's going to be some form of backlash that comes from this. There really will be. Okay, whether, and I'll be honest with you, if somebody wants to say that I'm backtracking on this or backtracking on that, you're damn right I am. Shame on me. If I made those mistakes, I'm taking that accountability right now for it. You're right, I am, because I'm wrong then. And I'm not afraid to say I'm wrong when I'm wrong. And that's fact. I cannot allow those mistakes to be made anymore. I cannot allow that kind of stuff to happen, because this case, it's not going to affect me or Mama Bear or Bonnie or Kelly or Kels or Groot, Wendy, Shelly, Bonnie, David. It's not going to affect you guys.
Nope.
It may affect us down the road, and yes, it does affect us in some sort of way, but it doesn't affect us like it affects the families and the people related to the families of these victims. And that is who will get hurt and who has possibly been hurt from a lot of this illogical stuff that is just nonsensical stuff. Okay? And it has to stop. I won't from here on out, and I'm stating this as a fact. I cannot, nor will and I will not be part of that, folks. I want to be able to sleep at night. Okay? And so should everyone else. And we have to think about those things before we say what we say. And we have to be accountable for the things that we say because nobody else will be. That's important, you guys. It's very, very important. So again, anything that ever could have ever came from this channel, anything, I don't care if it was just one little comment and it affected somebody, offended somebody, or made somebody feel in a bad way, my apologies. My deepest, deep-hearted, from the bottom of my soul, apologies for that. Because that's never been my intention. But it's my responsibility to cover that and to be accountable for that. And I am here and now. And I refuse to let it happen again. Not here. Not ever. So, from this day forward, anything we talk about with this case, and that goes for chat. I can't see it all, but I won't allow it if it's offensive, if it's like way out there, if it says anything of any sort, that's derogatory towards any of the victims, family members, any of that, folks. I just, it's not going to happen. That's all. That's all. That's right, Gaia. No more secret hand signals and codes on the grub truck. It doesn't happen, guys. There's nothing there, guys. Nothing more than what we saw months and months ago. There's nothing. Nothing at all. Thank you, Rock Chalk. That's a fact. That's something that you had said way before Detective made his video, not letting someone else think they forced you to do anything. I were already changing things around on the channel. That's right. That's a fact. And thank you for noticing that, Rock Chalk, because it's fact. Like I said, Mama Bear can attest to that as well. So can the moderators that I've been talking to about this day in and day out. Because enough, and excuse it, guys. Please excuse me when I say it like this, because it really irritates me too. Enough is a fuck enough. It's enough. It's more than enough. Okay? Let's be logical when we talk about or think about it. Let's be, commonsensical when we think about it. If we start to say something and it comes off and it does seem way out there, it probably is. Hold up and wait and back up. If you don't understand something completely, or, something procedural, with law enforcement or something, go look it up or ask somebody that you think might know and they'll go look it up. That's what it's all about. That's what we do. That is what we do. I will tell you one thing. I won't be ever looking at the grub truck again. I don't need to. I don't need to. Okay? There's no point in it. And not on my channel, at least. I don't need to. If somebody else wants to, that's your prerogative. It's okay. But I did it. The last time I did it, I said, look, guys, there's nothing here. There's nothing new. That's why I won't do it anymore, because I just don't feel it's important, folks. There's so many more things we can talk about with other cases or other things that are involved in that case, but not that. I'm just making that point. And that's really what I wanted to say today, guys. I mean, was there anything you wanted to add to the logical side of this stuff, Mama Bear?
Nope, you covered it.
That's a great point there, Sherry. The grub truck video. Why did I just now notice her icon? I love that. That's awesome, Sherry. Where did you even find that? That's cute. The grub truck video was only a way to set up a timeline, period. She's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we looked at it to begin with. That's all it was. There's nothing else there that I've seen. That's my opinion. If other people have a different opinion, I respect that, but I'm not going to talk about that because it's not how I feel. Great point, though, Sherry. Thank you for putting that out. And that, you know what, Jesse, you're allowed to feel that way. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that. She says, all I've said is that this was done by people they knew, trusted, knew the code lock. This was so up close and personal, not a random guy from Washington with zero connection. And you're allowed to have that opinion, hon. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? You don't have to, explain that. That's your thing. That's absolutely fine. Okay, I get it. And I don't blame you, dude. I don't. What's up, Jesse? Good to see you, buddy. I always tuned out of the grub truck talk, never got involved in that or Linda Lane. And you guys know how I felt about the Linda Lane stuff too. It just, I looked at it for a couple of days. I didn't see anything of any importance and I moved on. And I told you guys I was done with it. I haven't talked about it again. It's a waste of time in some senses to be going over these certain things day in and day out and day in and day out and day in and day out. And there's nothing more coming from it. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that I'm right. And I'm not saying that, again, my word is the be all end all word of what I'm about this. I'm just saying that's my wholehearted opinion. And I just think it's a waste of time. All of that extra time that we have spent weeks, days looking at grub truck videos or looking at, the time or the audio videos or the Linda Lane stuff, we could have taken that time, which is days, folks, weeks, months, and gone over to this other case that's in horrific shape, the Delphi case, and done a lot of research on that and figured out what the hell is going on in that mess. Because that is right now, in my opinion, the one that really needs to look at. I told you guys, we're watching, in my opinion, a man die before our faces. Every
Yeah.
time I see him, he looks worse. It's horrific, guys. I've never seen this happen before. In police custody, this man is looking like this. That's not good. It's sad. It's very sad. And again, like I said, Richard Allen could be the absolute only suspect, the suspect in this case. Period.
But he's also a man that hasn't been convicted, and yet he's sitting in prison.
Thank you. And he's also half the man, if even that he used to be before being convicted
Literally.
in a court of law. That's what's wrong with that case. That's where we need to be looking at. That's the time we need to be spending. None on this. There's nothing else left to look at until we go to trial, folks. Unless some big thing happens, I've said this before, and something blows the top off of this case. There's nothing to look at with Idaho, guys. I promise you. Delphi is a scary case right now, guys. There's a lot daily. I get reports from people that as I'm talking to them, there's information dropping on that case. Go check out Twitter. It's insane. There's a lot of great creators that are on that looking at it right now too. We need to be looking at it too, and we're gonna be. We need to get and it needs to be vetted information, folks. Understand. It needs to be information that makes sense, that's logical, just like this. And it needs to explain things that we've been questioning about it before. Right. Bob Mata. Bob's got great content on that case. Very good content. I love watching Bob. You're absolutely correct, Donna. He's also, I'm sorry. He's also another person that is innocent until proven guilty. And it doesn't look like he's been being treated like he's innocent until proven guilty to me.
No.
That's, you are, guys, you're all right with these comments. Every one of them. There's even little things that are coming up off of this case. Look at the judge. Pay attention to that. Look at the new defense team. Pay attention to that. There's some weird stuff going on, folks. That's the stuff you really need to focus on. And like I said, guys, do the research the right way. If you're not sure of it, go look at it again. It's what I do. It's what I'm going to be doing. I sit in here. I used to be able to sit in here for hours with certain people and dig and dig and dig and dig and get as much as I can. And it's going to have to happen. It's not the only case, but Delphi really needs a lot of attention, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Thank you, True Crime Questions. I appreciate that. I don't believe I do a great job, but I'm going to be working on doing a great job. That's a fact. Okay. Fallon said Delphi needs investigated. Really scary. Seems like someone above this court needs to take over. I can agree with you on that one. Just terrible. No idea if guilty or not, but not the way they treat him. That's fact too. And again, this man, Richard Allen, is guilty until proven, innocent until proven guilty. Sorry, guys. But in my opinion, he's been treated as if he's guilty till proven innocent. Well, the way it looks to me from what I've seen, he's not going to make it, guys. That's scary. That's not good. This man should never have been put, in my opinion, this is my opinion alone. What's up, Striker? He should never have been put in prison while awaiting a trial. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he literally has lost the equivalent of a whole person in weight. Okay. They watch everything he does. He has no privacy. I mean, his attorney, the conversations with his attorney, his family, everything he does is watched. That ain't good. I know he's a prisoner, but like, damn.
Right.
Yeah, you're right, SRB, the Long Island serial killer case. There's more that has come out about that. I mean, there's a lot, you guys. And I know that Idaho is very fascinating in some ways, but we cannot continue to, and I'm not saying that anybody did this on purpose. I'm saying we cannot make things up just to have some information to talk about. We can't make things up to make it exciting. If it's boring, it's boring. It's okay. It ain't going nowhere because there's not going to be a trial, in my opinion, at the earliest, maybe next summer. Maybe. I could be wrong with that, but that's what I'm looking at.
It's hard to say at this point.
And yeah, Rock Chalk says that Idaho brought so many people to YouTube. It did. It really did. That doesn't mean that that's the only case you can look at, though, guys. There's a lot of them. Believe me. Ask Mama Bear. We've covered a lot. Like I said before.
We used to do 2 and 3 in one day.
Absolutely, guys. And I just didn't have any time. So, because of Idaho, things got to change. It's very possible, Sherry, but that's where my attention's being directed more towards that now, and other cases that pop up too. Believe me, there's stuff that was just talked about today, new stuff in the main mass shooting scenario. Robert Card, he's deceased. There's stuff that was new that was popped up about that. Wow. Talking about red flags that his own family put out there, telling the military that he should not have control of weapons or ammunition because way back in May, the guy's talking about seeing things and hearing voices and stuff that he needed some kind of help then, mental health help. Okay.
Wow.
That should have been looked at then. This could have been avoided. What happened? That's not cool. That's a bad thing right there. So, like, the 18 people lost their lives because of that scenario. That's sad. Very sad. No, and it's okay, guys, that you guys came to YouTube because of the Idaho case. There's nothing wrong with that. But as you'll be seeing, there's so many more cases to look at that does need some attention, and we have the time to do it. This is what I do. I have plenty of time to do it. I get messages from everybody, Idaho this and Idaho that, Idaho. Okay. I appreciate it. What about Delphi? What about Chelsea? What about Daniel Robinson? Do we remember that?
SRB, I have no idea on Sarah Boone. She goes through lawyers like.
Oh God, no. There's no new dates yet. I follow all of it. I do. I follow it. So again, guys, I need to do this too. I need to apologize to the community here for I don't want to say failing you, but disappointing you. Everybody in this community, my apologies for being a disappointment, okay? Because I have been to myself. So if I'm disappointing myself, then I know I've disappointed you. And my words to that are that I promise you that I will be better. that I will do better and that I will make this what it needs to be and give you what you deserve with all of this.
You
Those
haven't disappointed me, so I do not accept your apology.
Well, either way, I'm just saying I've disappointed myself with some senses, and I will be making that right. That's all. Yeah, that's a good point, Jesse. Very good point.
Hmm.
I think it's interesting to compare all these cases with Idaho, and if you look at how the system continues to screw people over and over again, and the people still have faith in it. Because I think, Jesse, I think it's because it's what we're conditioned for, you know, because it's comfortable. We want to have wholehearted faith in the system because that's how we were born, bred, and raised, and that's why we go with it. But it's very hard sometimes to keep that faith. You know what I mean? We don't know anything to true fully about Idaho, but we do know that 6 people in the house, 4 unalive, 2 unalive, 9 is called. Yes, that's fact. That is fact, Karen. And that's where the problem lies. Did you see the young girl with no record that was labeled a serial killing Columbus for offing Johns with? Yes, I did. Yes, that was a crazy story. Nothing half-assed. Thank you. That's a crazy, crazy story. Look that up, you guys. Thank you, me. No worries, Echo.
It freaks me out every time you say her name.
Moonlit said, "Stop talking. I have to leave the room for 30 seconds." Okay.
Echo 444. My daughter's name is Echo, so every time he says your name, my head pops up, and I'm like, "Huh? What are you talking about my daughter for?
Right.
Why is she in here? What?"
It's a good point too, Ray. Very good point. Frankie Frankenstein. Okay. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it's true too, Jesse. That is true too. Does anybody have any questions, comments, anything? I'm not done yet. I'm just saying, give you guys some option to do that.
Am I still welcome in these woods?
Mm.
They are.
Of course, everybody's welcome here. Who said that? William Hardy.
Yeah.
Things with the WD-40. It failed 39 times. That's a great one. I like that. Thank you for saying that. Love it. Love it. Love it.
It's almost 4:30. I'm probably gonna have to hop off here because I need to help Echo with her homework.
Yeah. I mean, I have a little bit longer to go, but I'll be getting off here relatively soon too. But thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
What is your schedule this week?
That's what I was just looking at, and I still have the October one up. So hold on a second. Let me grab the other one.
I don't say much, but I
This
feel this
is
is taking a toll on you with all of the drama. Oh, of course it has, Lucille. I'm human, you know. It definitely has. It's taken a toll on myself, my health, my, every bit of it.
So
But
tomorrow I work at 3 and Friday I'm off.
well, guess what? I'll be here on Friday.
So I will see you all then on Friday.
That works for me. Definitely works for me. And like I said, guys, if something goes down, the way I'm scheduling my days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, in between there, I may do night streams just because I feel like it, because I miss you guys. I may do a day stream in between there if I feel like it, because I miss you guys. Because like I said, things happen. Once I get everything together and I stop being sick, it may happen more. We'll see. But just for now, that's how I'm doing it. Um, um, Thank you, AR. I appreciate it very much. Kel says you're only going to be out 3 times a week. It may be more. I like doing the night streams, and I'd like to do something different, with you guys to give you guys more options and to see more. For those of you that are here, I'm not going to be arrogant or, cocky, thinking that you guys come here just to see me and hear my voice and look at my this. Okay. I'm not going to think that that's a fact, but some people have told me that there are a couple people that do want to feel that do come here just to see me. And I appreciate that. So for those of you that are here that just want to see and hear me, um, thank you very much, Bernadette. Real quick, I appreciate that. Very much so. I really do. Um, I will be here. Okay. Like I said, nighttime stream. I like jumping on sometimes just to hang out with you guys and just to talk about. We could sit and talk about food for days. It's happened. Okay. Movies, music, whatever. People are people. People like to talk to people. Okay. I love it. I do. I enjoy talking to you guys. It's an amazing community of people. Um, and I do like to do the music thing here and there. I enjoy music. Most of you guys do too. Um, I like to give you guys that. You know what I mean? You guys deserve to have that option. There's some people, like I said, that I found out that I didn't realize that really truly need this. This is the only thing they have in their whole day to make their day go. Um, that was not a pun, but it was make their day go right. Yeah, that was funny. But anyway,
That the
no
most
pun
cornball
intended.
thing you have ever said.
And then my wife's behind me going, Dago. Anyway, it happens. Right, Virginia. Make their day go. Gotta love it. And that's what that's what I'm talking about, Jaylit. Some people have said that to me. A lot of people that it cheers them up. It makes them feel good. It gives them something to look forward to every day. There's a lot of people that are like that. And that's one thing that I want to be here for. I talked about at one point in time. Mama Force says, please look at the Angie Ray Dodge case in Idaho vote. What? Really? That's where that was loud. That's where somebody that I'm pretty close to lives. She's never mentioned that. So guess what I'm going to be talking to her about?
Yep.
Thank you. I will do that, Mama Four. But again, April QT, good to see you. Eat lots of dark chocolate and a good amount of garlic. Well, I do that anyway, but thank you. Not the chocolate thing, the garlic. I love garlic. I could eat garlic by itself all day long. Lego my Dago. I missed that. That was funny. And it is important to me that I do help other people feel good throughout their day and give them something to do that makes them happy. That means the world to me, you guys. Because then in turn I feel important. Okay? I do. I feel like I do something that is important. Oh, okay. I do remember that one. There it is. Thank you, Molly. I told you about it's the Chris Tapp. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. We'll have to look into it then. Miss Molly would know lots about that one, I think. I enjoy listening here, but things went awry, in my opinion. One show I stood up for mental health, I was blocked. Whoa.
Whoa, what?
That should not have happened. See, that's what I'm saying. Those things. No, we don't do that. And I don't want that at all. So you are welcome at any time, Teresa.
And sometimes if it was a very active chat, it can get going really fast, and you might accidentally get blocked, and it
Yeah.
wasn't intended to
It may
be.
not have even been on purpose, hon. I'd be
Yeah,
honest with you. It's happened to multiple people. Uh, Doc Terry, she's in here. She was blocked by accident one time. It was never done like maliciously on purpose, anything. It was just somebody hit a button and it was like right above her name or something. I've done it before.
yeah.
And she was blocked for a while and didn't even realize like why would she be blocked? There's no reason for it. So it happens. Thank
You wanna
you,
go for a
Doc.
walk?
Speaking of which, Doc Terry, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Um,
Alright, I gotta hop off here. I will see you all on Friday. Dago, I'm sure I'll talk to you later.
okay, hon. Thank you very much
Alright,
for joining us today
you're
and for
welcome.
just supporting me like you do. I
Of
appreciate you. You know
course.
that.
Yep. Love you guys. Bye.
All right, you too. Ah, there she is. The raging Cajuns in the house. Thank you for being here, darling. I appreciate you so very much. Um, yeah, Molly said it. Sherry said she's done it before. And like Doc said, it was an accident. It happens, Teresa. Don't worry about it, hon. And anybody that it has happened to, I promise you, we try to correct it when we realize it. Doc Terry was gone for a long time, and I'm like, where the hell's she been? I haven't got to see her, talk to her, this and that. And then one day I seen her in another stream. She's like, hey, by the way, I was blocked. I'm like, what? I go look at it, and like nobody was like, yeah, we didn't mean to do that. So it, yeah, dropping the phone, it happens. Um, absolutely, absolutely, Teresa. Thank you. Um, absolutely, no worries. Um, yeah, yeah, that case right there. Absolutely, I remember that. We looked at that actually a little bit, didn't we, Molly? And talk about it a little bit. Okay. Well, we can look into it a little bit more. No problem. And again, thank you for. I didn't get to read that, but thank you. Just so everyone knows, I'm finally going to be spreading my channel's wings to cover the Delphi case and also the Amber Spradlin case. You're extremely important to many. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that very much. So, and you as well, Zelda. Thank you. Yep. That's fact. Yeah. We did look at that. That was a reference I used, that Chris Tapp reference about a guy that spent a lot of time in prison for something he didn't do. And it happens, folks. And we're definitely doing that. It's coming up soon, I promise you. I gotta get together since Doc Terry's back with her, because I would like for her to join me, as well as Draw Latina. There was another Heather Mosher, I think it was, wanted her to join me as well so that we can do the mental health show, guys, and do it right. Because it definitely needs to be talked about and looked at, because again, we see these scenarios going around and round and round us, or going on around and round us. Um, like the main thing, the Robert Card scenario. It's mental health based. Okay, we gotta we gotta make sure that we talk about it. We gotta make sure we look into it. Um, AR, I see what you're saying, bud. Uh, and put some resources out there, and put some people in touch with some resources to give them to, if they ever feel like they're in a spot, then they need to reach out. Okay, because there should always be help for everyone, support and help for everyone, period. So it looks like I had more people in here. I don't know if everybody's leaving because they're not happy with what I've said, or if they're just leaving because they got to leave. But I hope that I didn't offend anybody. I hope I didn't upset anybody with what I've said. Um, oh yeah, I wanted to show you guys that too. This is pretty wild. I'll show you here real quick before we end. Um, Molly showed me this really cool thing this morning. This is pretty wicked, folks. Um, Oh, okay, crime solver. Yeah, I did say that, didn't I? Sorry. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for supporting this, supporting me, um, and continuously doing that, guys. I adore you all very much. I appreciate you all for who you are. Um, I love each and every one of you guys for being the people that you are daily. Okay, and don't change a thing about yourselves as far as that goes. Now, Molly, what was that called, real quick here, before I lose my track of mind again? What am I looking behind me, Kels? I don't see. I don't see it. Usually more, yeah. Right, crime solver. Um, she- okay, and that has to be what it is, Eddie. There's nothing to talk about, bud. There's not. And like I said, I'll talk about it when something happens and something comes up. I definitely will. There's nothing to talk about. If there's less people in here because of that, then that's, I'm sorry. Thank you, Molly. You know, until justice is done on it, then, yeah. And I will talk about it when something pops up on it and we need to talk about it. That's fact. Okay. You did make me look. You got me. Haha. Um, right. And that's exactly my point right there. New people will come around interested in the new topics. But the thing is there's nothing to talk about. We can't continuously talk about what was at the window. I have no idea. You guys are freaking me out. You got me looking in circles now. There's the link. Okay, thank you, Molly. It's not that I don't want to talk about it, but there's just nothing else to talk about that I can make any different than what I've already talked about. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like beating a dead horse, guys. There's nothing there. Um, but anytime anything pops up, I will. I have no problems with that. They're messing with me. There's nothing to look at for those that are questioning. They were just messing with me. There it is. Yeah, this is really kind of an interesting thing. It has nothing to do with anything we were talking about. It's just Molly showed me this morning. I watched it on my big screen, the TV, and it was like really cool. So if you're watching this on TV, it's gonna look really neat. Oh, I know, Kel, you got me. Right, that's what I mean. Like the Idaho port, there's information here, there's information there. There's not a lot, and anytime there is, I'll be putting it out. But with it's going to be talked about the right way. That's all. Wait, people unsubscribe to your channel, but why? I witness how this man clowns you on here. Yeah, it's it's what it is. No big deal. He tried to. Thank you, AR. Sarah Boone case. Yeah, there's nothing. She can't keep an attorney. She hold on a minute. Why is it so cold in here? Um, I haven't seen anything about the Forest Gate Convent since I talked about it, and I've looked at it like almost every other day. I haven't seen a word. So if they're still on the loose, that's crazy. Unless they didn't put it out when they caught them, but I thought they would have. Thank you, DB. Yeah, Charlotte, we're gonna do some more stuff like that coming up here. Thank you, and I agree. Nothing half-assed. I do. Okay, let me get this plan for you guys. I just wanted to show you guys this thing's pretty neat. It's a place in Japan. It's called Tokyo Team Lab. Okay, and they put this whole digital light show and all this thing together. This is like really cool, folks. I want you to see this though. It's kind of like I can imagine being there. One was captured. Where did you find that for Piglet? Because I never saw that. It's a good point, Mama. Four. Very good point. A week ago, I was looking all over the place and could not find any of that, anything on that. That's crazy. Thank you again. Nothing half-assed. I appreciate that. All right, check this out real quick, folks. Just so you guys know, this is the place over there. You buy a ticket, you wait in line, you go through this giant facility, and you walk through all of this stuff. I'll skip through some of it just to show you, but this is actually really cool. Yeah, I saw that, Sherry. That was crazy. Mind you, you walk through here barefoot, obviously. Yeah, that's what we called it. It's like an adult funhouse. It's pretty wild. No, if you walk through the whole place, SRD, it's not scary at all. It's just really, really interestingly neat. It's all technological stuff, new lighting and stuff. It's the whole thing you walk through. There's no scary nothing in it. Really cool, actually. It's this thing in Japan called Team Lab, and it's just you walk through this. It's crazy, this whole thing. Yeah, that would be a lot of cows to watch. I said the same thing, guy. The Gucci. I said that there's a room you'll see here in a minute, and I was just like, I don't know if my claustrophobia would allow me. Right, Mary. It's like a fun house for adults. It's pretty wild. From what I understand is you're not allowed to take any food or drink in here, okay? It takes 3 hours to go through this whole thing. 3 hours. And of course, you see with the technology, you see that you can't have it, of course. You wouldn't do this, Brandy. Wait, it gets way more interesting. Watch this. It's called Team Lab Planet's Full Walk. It's in its giant building. And like I said, it's like an adult funhouse. You walk through and experience these different rooms that they have. Here comes the first one. I really thought this was cool as hell. Check this out. And this room here is all lights and mirrors. The whole room is made out of mirrors. And they put up all these lighting, these things that are dangling, and you walk through this. They have bathrooms and stuff, I believe, Kate, but I mean, look at this. And the way you walk through here, it's like a maze, and it's just all lights and mirrors. It's insane. Just watch this part, guys. Crazy. Take care, AR. And thanks for joining me. Now that's all water. This next hallway here, like, hey, Mama Five. It's like ankle, maybe a little higher deep, and you go into this room and it's like all water. The place is huge, yeah. Yeah. Look at this stuff here. This is really crazy. Take care, Wendy. Thank you for joining us today. I appreciate you very much. Tammy, man, I know that's crazy though. You're right, Canadian cat lady. Yeah, this is in Japan. Oh, King Mercy, thank you for that. I'm gonna have to go back and look. It's been actually a couple of days since I've looked because I haven't been finding it. I hadn't been finding anything, so I'll have to go back and check it out. Absolutely, yesterday. Couldn't do it without her. That's fact. I'm sure it's disinfected by some means, but yeah, of course. Are you taking off too, Dr. Grace? Thank you so very much for joining us today. Much love to you. Absolutely. Take care. Take care, Rock. Have a good night, hon. I'm sure they probably do chlorinate it. The water's warm too, from what I was told. I could just picture people running to the bathroom to get the water. It's kind of wild how you walk out of the doorway though, and it's like it disappears, you know. Again, this is in Japan, and it's called the Tokyo Team Labs Planets School Walk. It's not what it is, but warm germ water. Yeah, like I said, I'm sure that they keep it like probably somewhat chlorinated for disinfection and stuff like that. That's what I said, Billy, back in the day when we were younger. That's pretty wild. And this is nothing. To watch it on a computer screen is nothing. Watch it on your TV screen. If you have a big flat screen, watch it on that. Or like a projector. It's crazy. Beautiful. Janet, I never said that police corruption didn't exist and that it doesn't exist. It absolutely does. That's not something I ever said. And if that's what you choose to do, that's perfectly fine. I never claimed that there was no police. And first of all, I didn't cave to Detective John. But that's okay. I respect your thoughts and your feelings about that. But I never claimed that there is not police corruption at all. There's plenty of it. Okay, you obviously took that the wrong way. So good luck to you if that's what you choose to do. Take care. You got me stumped. He's saying that I didn't respond to it because I just now saw it. There absolutely is police corruption all over the place. Never once did I say there wasn't. So, however you feel, that's fine. DJ is Detective John got me stumped. But I definitely didn't cave. Definitely didn't cave to him. But that's okay. You can feel how you want. I respect your feelings, and that's okay. Have a great day, Janet. Good luck. No, I'm not under anybody's umbrella, but take care. Bye-bye now. I've seen the name before, Carolyn. No big deal. Absolutely no 5. That's absolute fact. Exactly, Janet. This is the one where I don't know if my claustrophobia would allow me to go through this. No problem, Carolyn. Thank you, though. This room's pretty wild. Look at this one, guys. There's a couple of these rooms. I don't know if I can handle them, but most of this seems pretty relaxing, you know? Really neat. Stewart. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Thank you very much, Tanner. I appreciate that very much. Very much appreciate you. I can't remember what this one was called. It's a bunch of like floating towers and stuff, and it's all projection light, like laser light show, all of it with just mirrors everywhere. Absolutely fun. That's pretty cute when you call it. This is really, really. There's another one where you go through a room where it's live plants, like live flowers that are hanging upside down in this room. And you walk through it and it reflects you there. It's crazy, Kel. Can you imagine doing something like that? Stuart Smalley, yeah. And then you walk through these hallways to each different, like, labs, they call them. They're in different rooms. Carolyn, wow. I never thought of it that way, but hey. What did Mama Bear say now? You're right, of course. Of course, Cal, you're probably right. The line, I watched the making of how they put this together and stuff. The line for this was huge. I mean, huge. It was like a 5-hour line. You can buy your tickets ahead of time and jump to the front. Of course, you have to be in Japan to do it, but Beetle said, ew, people. Ew. Water, dart. Oh, yeah, they're all broken up. I guess you can go back and forth between these, too. I want you guys to see the one room that was like towards the end of the tour. We're getting there. We're almost done, guys. I just wanted you guys to see this. I thought this was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. Oh, this is the space egg room. And they do this with the lights on, and they do it with the lights off, too. Look at that. Yep, I agree, Cal. Back in the day. I agree, Bonnie. I do agree. That's a fact. Why they have the Innocence Project out. Yeah, and it's raining too. That's right, Molly. I never realized that when we watched it the first time. And they'll turn the lights off in here, and then the only thing that lights up are these eggs. And it's dark. It's so crazy looking. I can just imagine walking through, being completely stressed out in life, okay, and buying a ticket and going through this and just walking out of here completely like, wow, you know? It's so everything's mirrored, and yeah, I never realized it was rain in there. That's really neat. That explains the umbrellas now. Run. Oh, Mr. Corny Reef. You're on a roll today, nothing. That's awesome. I love it. Like floating in space. Yeah. Yeah, these are really, really cool. Sorry, guys. It's killing me today, nothing half-assed. I love it. Yeah, I don't like that whole sharing sandal thing. I'd have a problem with that. Is this the other room? Wait. I want you guys to see that one room. Cassie. What kind of robot shit is this? It's called Tokyo Team Lab Planet's Full Walk, and it's a form. It's art. It's a whole mixture of art exhibits that you walk through, and it's from what I've understood, they're very relaxing, and well, some of them, depending on what issues you might have. I think this is the plant one here. Yeah, this is the one going in. These plants are all like, and then they're it's mirrored so that it looks like there's more than way more than there are. They're live, like alive. The plants are all alive. That's the first one. 13 goes. Yes, man. Look at that stuff there. Isn't it beautiful though? And then with the music playing in the background, I think it would be so peaceful. Oh, I'll be doing night streams still, guys. Don't worry. That happened to me the first time I watched the CJ, right? Oh, says I see dreams. People laying on the ground. Right. That's why I said earlier when Molly was talking, we were talking about it, I said, it reminds me, it does, like of a giant, like, adult funhouse. And I said, you know, I've seen these places where they do stuff like this. The music is very pretty, or they'll pipe in like certain fragrances that go along with different things. Like they've done it in haunted houses too. And you get that smell along with the atmosphere and the music and all that. It's gotta be a really interesting experience. Well, that's one thing though, Bonnie. I'm not afraid to speak, and I never will be. But he wasn't right about everything. He was right about a few things that I've done, and I've claimed that, and I'm changing that. But I'm not changing everything at all. I will still speak what I feel about things. I will still talk about what I feel about things, and I don't care, you know, what anybody says about that. That's my right, as much as it is your guys'. Yeah, Alicia Navarro, yes, I saw that too. That's good. Yeah, this is gorgeous in here. It's wild because it looks. I'm sure they have a certain amount of these, and then the mirror effect makes them like double, triple, quadruple. It's really interesting. Doodle. Look, because of the mirroring, yeah. That's sick. We're about at the end now. Everything that would be a problem, I would imagine, is when you're getting any kind of power allergies or anything. Yeah, border is the other name for the other one. Yeah, this could take 3 hours to get through the whole thing. Crazy. Really neat though. It'd be a really neat experience for those things. Like I said, you could go into this completely and totally checked out with life. Yeah, the upside down. Like, doing this completely stress out one life and walk out the other end of it completely relieved by it. That's the thing, Mary, is you're not allowed to bring food in here. So when they were advertising it, the one lady that went through it with her baby said, make sure you're fully hydrated and you bring and you eat before you go through because you ain't allowed to take through the water for it. So that's it, guys. That was the whole. So, so be it. But again, guys, thank you for tuning in today. I love you guys to death. I appreciate you guys so very much. Um, I really do. You guys mean the world to me. That's fact. For anybody that's left, I will miss you. I'm sorry that you disagree with anything. My apologies. That's all I can say. Um, for those of you that are here that support me, support the channel. God bless you all. I appreciate you. There's a link for the other one if you guys want to check it out. Um, Moderators, thank you for being here and for everything you do. I appreciate you more than anything, guys. If you will, guys, please make sure if you haven't, please hit the like button on the way out the door if you can. I will see you guys very soon here. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. And don't change a thing about yourselves, guys, please, because that is what makes you amazing. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day. You never know when you may see me again. But one thing's for sure, you will see me soon. Take care, folks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.